Queen is a goddess.
Sorry, I thought you were a lady to begin with. Are you a man or a lady?
Both.
Oh, you're a crossbreed.
Yep.
How does that work?
Oh, that be telling.
Sorry?
That would be telling.
Okay, can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Were you born as a man or a woman?
Both.
That is right. You can't be born as both. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that.
Are you telling me you have both parts?
Yes.
What? Is that possible?
It sure is.
Can you be born as a man and a female?
Yes.
Wow!
That's
No
quite
way!
right.
No way!
Yeah.
That's so cool! Wow! So, do you like guys or ladies or both?
I like the vegan king.
Sorry?
I like the vegan king.
Aw, thank you so much, Athena.
Oh.
So you like men? Like real strong, like macho men kind of thing?
No, I like weak men. You're not macho.
What?
You're not macho.
Did you just call me weak?
Yeah, I did.
Have you seen me?
Yes, I have.
You've seen me and you think I'm weak?
Yeah. You look like a weed.
Look, no. Look at me. What are you talking about?
That's a picture.
Sorry?
That's a picture.
Okay. Do you actually want to see me for real though?
Yeah, please.
Okay. You're gonna have to. Actually, no, wait, no. I'll just do it for free. Why not? There you go. What do you think? Do you like what you see?
You look like a weed.
What?
You look wimp. Are you a wimp?
What the hell did you just call me?
I called you a wimp.
Why would you say that?
Because your picture looks like a wimp.
How do I look like a wimp? What are you talking about, bro? I literally have huge arms, gorgeous hair, olive toned skin. I'm big, strong, powerful. What do you mean, wimp? Why would you say that? Thank you, Logan.
You wish.
Oh, you know what, Athena? Thank you so much for coming up here and being so damn rude. Have a good day. Take care. Goodbye. Moving on. 18 and above. We're here for debates and discussions. If you're over 18 and you want to come up here and talk about veganism, that is what we are here to do. Carpenter, how's it going today, buddy?
Doing okay. How about you?
How's the family? How's the family?
Doing pretty good. I've been away, kind of relaxing.
Carpenter, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Do you think me and you would ever meet up in real life one day?
I don't know. It depends.
I might have a fan meet up in America one day. Would you show up?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, awesome. So you would admit that you're a fan then? Gotti! Hey guys, Carpenter's a fan. Going forward, refer to him as a fan, yeah? I'm just too smart, bro. I'm just too smart. That's the issue. I'm just too smart, man. Right, Danielle, how old are you, please? Danielle, don't be nervous. I'm not that famous, okay? Just take a deep breath and, let's start off with a hello.
No, you
Deep
can't
breath.
be famous because you work at McDonald's.
Excuse me? That is a rumor, Danielle. Number one, I would have appreciated...
You admitted it.
I would have appreciated, Danielle, if you had at least started the conversation by saying hello and telling me your age instead of accusing me of working at McDonald's.
We've spoke before.
All right, and how old are you?
26.
26. Phenomenal, Danielle. And can I just clarify, I do not work at McDonald's. I never have worked at McDonald's, and I never would work at McDonald's. And if I ever did work at McDonald's, best believe it would be as a CEO of the franchise.
So,
Best believe
so
that.
do you work at KFC?
I do not work at KFC. I would never work at KFC. That's not funny, Danielle. That's really not funny. Look, what can I do for you today, Danielle?
Do you work at Burger King?
Danielle, can you stop?
What about Pizza Hut?
Oh, you know what?
Subway?
You know what? Thank you so much for coming up here. So damn rude. Let's all thank Danielle for coming up here and being so damn rude. Let's all put L's in the chat to show her that we do not support this kind of behavior. Everyone put an L in the chat to show Danielle that that kind of behavior would not be tolerated.
You okay, mate?
What the hell are you angry at me for? You're angry that you got caught out for being a fan?
Take deep breaths. It's okay.
Get off! We started so well, guys. For the past 10 minutes, no one's been doing anything. Look
It's
how happy
okay.
I've
Just
been.
take deep breaths.
Look how happy I've been! Carpenter!
It can keep
You
being better.
are
Just
a
take deep
fan!
breaths.
Carpenter, listen to me. I know you're in denial, but listen, Patty, you can get off the live straight away, buddy. The fact that you are here every day listening to me for hours, Carpenter, let's be real. You've listened to me speak for over 1,000 hours. That doesn't make you a fan, Carpenter. That makes you a super fan. Whether you leave today and never come back or whatever, you will always be registered as a super fan on the Vegan Kings list. So do not come in here and think that you supersede that list. And number two, whoever 67 is, you can get off the live stream right now because I don't know who you are. You've shown up out of nowhere. Thank you, Guru.
Just take deep breaths.
You've shown up
okay.
out of nowhere and you think you can come in here and do whatever you want. That's not how it works. You have 10 minutes, guys, to get your act under order, or I will simply leave. You are wondering, VK, why have you not been on for 9 hours? Because I don't want to be. How about that, huh? I don't need to be over here. You guys need me, not the other way round. I told you to...
It's okay. Just take deep breaths.
It's okay, you don't even know me. How old am I?
I'm just saying.
How old am I?
I don't know, bro.
You don't even know me, so why are you telling me what to do, huh?
I'm just trying to calm you.
Are you my counselor?
No.
Are you my counselor? Are you my dad? Do not tell me what to do.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Everyone put an L67 and Carpenter in the chat right now. I want to see LC for L Carpenter, and I want to see L6 for L67. Let's
Guys,
go.
put L67.
67, you can just bloody stop! I have explained to you that the leading cause of ocean dead zones is animal agriculture. We are literally creating ocean dead zones of the size of South America on a yearly basis due to animal agriculture. Do you guys know that there are literally millions and millions of bycatch animals in the sea losing their lives right now? Animals like sharks and whales. Do you know that they are losing their lives every single year? You have no idea what the ocean is going through. Do not misrepresent the suffering of sea animals on this live stream. If you are going to talk about sea animals on this live, you will do it by mentioning very important documentaries on Netflix like Seaspiracy. Everyone write that down in your notebook. You guys should go and watch Seaspiracy. It's going to show you the reality of what's happening to the animals inside the ocean and exactly why they're unalived in such brutal ways, and that will help you guys go vegan. Right, what can I do? Hey, Carpenter, you will not be making any demands on this live. 67, you can leave. You can leave. Daniel, do not speak in capitals. Mike, stop laughing. John, get the rainbow off the screen. I'm not... What can I do for you, sir?
I just want to see how you are.
Oh, you want to get off the live stream? I don't need you to check up on me. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. AIXY. Get the dog off the screen. I will start writing names. Oh, I let you up. What are you doing, man?
There, take that.
Carpenter, I'm sorry that you're a...
Fuck you.
Hey guys, you know how I haven't been live in 8 hours? Hey guys. Hey guys. You know how I haven't been live in 8 hours? Would you like to do another 8 hours? Would you like to do another 8 hours? Do you guys have any idea how much damages I have sustained in the last week? Would you guys like to see what you've done to me in just the last 7 days? Would you guys like to see the damage that you have done in the last 2 days? Yeah? Fine! Let's start off with my walls. Look at my walls. Look! Look at my door. Look at my door. Look at the door. Look! It's an absolute joke what I have to tolerate on this live stream, man. Not to mention the 500 pound... Get the jellyfish off the block! Not to mention my 500 pound monitor's broken. Yeah? Let's not mention that my 500 pound monitor is done! It's done! It's absolutely vile, disgusting, despicable that you guys come in and have the audacity to do this after all the damage you've already done? Really? As if you haven't done enough damage already? Leave me alone. Petty says, what? What is it? Can I come up, bro? They got a video. They got a video of you I want you to hear. What are you talking about? Who has a video of me?
Bro, they got a video of you.
Who?
I don't know, but this video went viral, bro.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back. What were you saying?
Bro, you want to hear this video of you? Listen to this. What happened
Is
to
it a
you in this
speech
video?
or something? Is it a speech?
Listen.
That's not me. That's
Yeah,
not me.
what is going
That's not
on?
me. That's not
Yo.
me. That is not me.
Yo.
Prove it's me.
Yo.
Prove it's me. Prove it's me. Stop
Listen
playing
to
it. Prove it's me. Prove it's me. Prove it's
Bro,
me.
that is
Prove it's
you.
me.
That sounds
Prove it's me.
exactly-
Prove it's me. Prove it's me.
Bro,
Prove it. Prove it.
you got taken
Hey,
to
hey, hey!
Cowtown.
Stop laughing. Innocent until proven
Yo.
guilty. Innocent until proven guilty.
It's just...
I promise you guys, I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is. It doesn't even sound like me. Listen. Hey, why don't one of you do me a favor and look up this brand on the internet? Look up Razor Black Shark Pro Headphones 2 and tell me the price. Tell me the price. Tell me the price of my... Duckpool, get off the live! Came on here to show you guys a preview of my rap video that I never ended up releasing. I actually came on here, believe it or not, I came on here to show you guys a gift. To give you guys a gift of showing you my unreleased music video. So now the question is, would you like to see it or not? 67, listen to me very carefully. I am going to play this video, and if you interrupt, I promise you I will shut down the live. Do not test me. I'm not in the mood. You know what? Let's hear very quickly from Shaquille. Let's see how Shaquille's doing, and then I will show you guys the music preview. Okay, Tristan, thank you so much for the tofu there. Shaquille, we haven't heard from you in a while. How's life? Right, get the dog off the screen, 67. I have asked you very nicely, buddy. I've asked you very, very nicely. Please let me show my fans. What the fuck? Enough! Yo. Do you think my knuckles are red for no reason? Do you think
I have to tell you something.
No, hey, that's enough.
I had a dream about
Can
you.
I
dreamed that you
speak to
died.
Shaquille?
I dreamed that you
Can I
literally
speak to you? Can
died.
Shaquille, stop. Wait, Shaquille,
I've been
stop.
so upset all day. I need to know that you're okay.
Hey, Shaquille, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
I
hear
had
me?
a dream you died.
What the fuck?
And I've been so upset all day. I need to check in on you. Are you okay?
I'm absolutely fine, Shaquille. I'm speaking to you from the realm of the living right now.
I dreamed you died. I literally woke up in the middle of the night not okay. And then your brother called me, but it wasn't your brother. It was a white brother.
I'm sorry, you dreamt about my brother?
But it wasn't your brother.
You dreamt about my brother that you've never even met?
But this brother was white.
You dreamt about my brother that you never even met?
And I was like, why are you calling me when your brother just died? And he was like, he died on the toilet. He said he died on the toilet. Your brother exposed you for dying on the toilet. I'm so serious. I dreamed all of this. I was shook as hell.
You know what? Thank you so much for coming up here and saying that. Right, we are going to get to the point of why I started this live. I actually came across a video that I forgot existed, and it's actually a preview of one of my songs. Yes, I bet you guys didn't know that I'm actually a rap artist as well. I'm a rapper. Right, let's get the video started. Actually, no. If you guys want to see it, you're going to vote for it. I'm not just going to give you stuff for free. Put a smiley face below the comments if you want to see my last rap album. It's got a music video as well. I am in the music video. Yes, I am in the music video as well. Performing in front of thousands of people who came for my concert. Right, how many smiling faces do we have here? We've got, well, we're pretty even. Right, you guys don't want to see the rap video? Seriously? You don't want to see me rapping in the video? Are you kidding me right now? Smiling face if you want to see it, and crying face if you don't. Guys, come on, we just need 4 more votes. Yes! Yes! Right, let's end the vote. Yes, fantastic. Thank you guys so much for voting correctly. Right, let's get it started. Oh. Do you not think that's enough? Can you stop pounding me? I'm already beat down. I'm already going through enough. Leave me alone. 67. I am trying to show people my music video. Stop, okay? Here we go, to the fans, to the supporters. Here is the sneak peek of my last album. Let's go.
I said, sorry, enough, sorry. Practice some vocals right now.
Yo.
Yo, it's really the vegan king. All TikTok live in a whole crowd sing. Why you throwing shade, but I'm rushing them quick. Me and Brian out here, and we making a hit. They said
Big
no
Ant!
kids trying to mess with the flow. I'm building my kingdom while they watch it grow. No need, no hate, just living real clean. But why you can't touch what I've already seen? Yo, free I'm in the booth that we keeping it fresh. You know we're changing the game while they're stuck in the mess. I'm repping the planet, I'm doing my thing, still holding the crown cause I'm the vegan king.
Well, what do you guys think? Can we get some W's in the chat? Guys, can we get some W's in the chat? Can we get some W's in the chat? What the Can we get some W's in the chat? Right, I think you guys are a bit confused. Let's just do a vote. Right, smiley face if you think that was fire. Below the comments, smiley face if you think that was fire. Yo guys, what's going on, man? Yo, I put a lot of hours into editing, guys. Do you have any idea? You guys are so bloody ungrateful, you know that? 67. I will shut this live down. Do not test me. You guys are so fucking ungrateful, you know that? I invest tens of thousands of hours of my time to you and you can't even lie to me to make me happy? You can't even lie to me to make me happy? You are the worst fans I could have ever asked for! The worst fans, the worst followers! I have the worst fans on TikTok! Can you get the dog off? I am literally 1 second away from shutting this live down unless you guys show me that you want me here. Smiley face below the comments if you actually want me here, because I know many of you do, and crying face if you couldn't care less if this live stream ended. No, guys, I said smiling face means you want me to stay. I think it's safe to I did not do that. No, I didn't fart. No, that was my chair. That was my chair. That was my chair. That was my chair! It wasn't me! I said it wasn't me! You know what? You guys can go out! Okay! All of you! How old are you, new guest?
Hello?
Baby Bat, what are you doing, bro? It's not Halloween, is it, Baby Bat? This isn't, by the way, this isn't a test rectangle, okay, where you can just throw things out. Oh, I wonder what this animation looks like. Let me just throw it on a screen so I can get a visual representation. I am not here to give you a platform to just decorate the screen as and when you see fit. This isn't an art board. You're not in art class. This is my life. I'm trying to talk about veganism. Stop distracting me. Stop distracting other people. Have some respect. I'm so sorry, new guest. How old are you? Hello? Hello? Thank you so much, Chelsea. See, roses don't even occupy space. There's no problem with roses. Thank you. See, there's nothing. Thank you, Chelsea, for the flowers. I really appreciate that. Right, new guest, how old are you, please? Oh my God, why did you come up to not say anything? Thank you to that person as well. Change your name and profile picture still, though. Bubbles, no. Oh my God, bro.
Imagine being kicked out at your mom's house. Just imagine, like, could it be me, dog?
Bro, just get off the live. You're underage. Guys, I just want to have a serious debate. Does anybody here want to debate about veganism? A genuine debate? Anthony, thank you for the roast. Come on, guys. While we don't have many people here, let's use this opportunity to learn and grow, guys. Come on. Alexander, how old are you, please?
23.
You're 23. Fantastic, sir. And why are you not a vegan right now?
Not really the biggest fan of it.
You're not a fan of loving animals and looking after the planet?
I never said I didn't love animals.
Okay, so veganism is essentially a movement where we're trying to just protect animals and defend them against unnecessary death. And we do that because we love them. So when you say that you're against veganism, you're saying that you're against loving animals and wanting to look after the planet. Because veganism also saves the planet. So can you explain to me why you don't like veganism?
It's just not really for me. I never said I didn't like it or anything, or that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, but what's stopping you from loving the animal and protecting... from loving animals and protecting the planet? What's stopping you from doing that? Get the hat off the screen, please.
I didn't say there was anything stopping me. I just said it's not for me. The
why?
vegan products.
Why is it not for you?
I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't like the way they taste.
Okay, and how many vegan options have
In
you
my
tried?
opinion,
How many?
I've tried several. I've tried like bean burgers. I've tried like tofu and other stuff like that. I just haven't really found it to be my type of thing.
Okay, so
I've tried
think,
items.
Okay. So basically, you're saying that you enjoy the taste of non-vegan options a bit more than you like the taste of vegan stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that slight bit of taste pleasure is worth an animal's life?
Not fully, but a little bit, yeah.
Because if you think about it logically, right, that's essentially what you're saying. If you're currently prioritizing your taste pleasures over an animal's life, you basically hey, get the dog off the screen. Get the dog off the screen. You're basically prioritizing you enjoying your food more than an animal's life, which is ridiculous, right? Number one. And number two, Alexander, the reality is there's tons and tons of good plant-based options, specifically in the UK and the US. Tons. So you actually in reality don't have any need not to, because if you just tried a few options, you'd actually find stuff you liked. I've had non-vegans on this live who were profusely with your opinion that vegan stuff were absolutely disgusting and bad and vulgar and bad, like just didn't taste good. Hey, get the dog off the screen. I've asked you nicely. I'm trying to have a genuine discussion. Leave me alone.
I didn't say it was gross or anything.
Alex, are you in the UK?
It's not much for me.
Are you in
I'm
the UK?
in the US.
You're in the US, yeah. So unfortunately, I can't recommend any products that I'm aware of in the UK because I don't know if they're in the US.
I was on here last time and I tried that Morning Star and one or two of them they were all right. Would I pick them out immediately? Probably not. But I mean, if they were served to me, I
Okay. What about dairy? Have you tried oat milk or almond milk before?
Yeah, I do like almond milk and oat milk.
Okay, so do you still drink cow's milk or do you have all three? Hey, the dogs, man!
It depends. If I'm at my house
Just
and
stop!
I'm not traveling for work, then I'll sometimes get mainly almond milk. But every now and then I'll still get some cow's milk.
Buddy, did I just hear a PlayStation remote in the background?
Oh, that's my wife. She's trying to watch something on the TV.
Oh, I see. I do apologize. Hi, wifey. I mean, your wife. I mean, hello. Sorry, I did that sound? No, I meant your.
I know what you meant, boss. You're all right.
Right. Anyway, phenomenal. Is there anything else I can do? Guys, Is there anything else I can do for you today, Shah?
No. I mean, I'll continue to try some other products, but I mean, I can't promise anything. But I mean, I've
Buddy,
tried
look,
some
if
things.
you sorry, did you say that you drink dairy milk or no? Sebastian, please. Thank you.
Whenever I'm in the oil field industry, so like I do travel a lot. So whenever I'm staying in like man camps and stuff, it's just a little easier because a lot of stores sometimes don't have almond milk or stuff like that. I'll just get dairy milk. But if I'm at my house, a lot of times I'll always have some almond or oat milk.
Yeah, I see. No, you know what? Fair enough, buddy. Look, just for now, reduce as much as you can with the hopes and intent of as soon as you find a product that you really like, that you can at least commit that you will replace it with whatever meat alternative it is. Because at least in your mind, you know that there is an alternative that you actually enjoy that's good for your health, provided you've looked at the ingredients and you know that. Then there's no logical reason if you have a healthy, affordable alternative that doesn't involve unnecessary violence, there's no logical reason not to pick that, right? Please stop, Vegan King Surprise. You are literally the only one creating negativity right now. Please. Militia, thank you. Does that make sense, Alex? If you now know an option that you like, it's inexcusable for you to just pick over taste preference to go for an animal's body as opposed to the vegan alternative when you have that option that you know exists. And to everyone on the live, if you don't have an option like that, that is your responsibility to go out and find it, right? Go to your supermarket and make it a mission every week. Try a new vegan product. Oh, I like meatballs. Okay, get some vegan meatballs. I like cheese. Get some vegan cheese. Oh, I like.
Are there
butter,
actual vegan meatballs?
Get some vegan butter. Try it out. People like Jam Bucket have been very experimentative, and he has found many, many plant-based products that he enjoys. And Jam Bucket was always very adamant that plant-based products tasted bad. But then he explored a bit, and he's found a few that he genuinely likes. That's all you have to do. Vanley, thank you. Start finding products, start testing things out, and you'll find things you enjoy. And then when you find a suitable replacement, stop consuming the animal alternative. Get the hat off.
Are there actual vegan meatballs?
Yes, there are. I've had a... Oh my God, 67. We're having a good life. Please leave us alone, buddy. Please, man. You've caused enough trouble tonight. Leave me alone. I'm trying to have a sensible discussion. Yes, sir. You have a Subway in America, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm pretty certain. In the UK, I know they sell it, but I don't know in the US. There's a meatless meatball sold by Subway. Vegan King TV. You see what I mean? My mind is just going in circles now. I'm getting names mixed up. Vegan King Surprise, Vegan King's TV. Stop using my name. Right, Shab. Subway selling meatless meatball. Shab, it's phenomenal. I had it when it first came out three years ago, I think. To be honest, I always still go for the plant patty. So I would recommend if you go to Subway, either try the plant patty or the meatless Shab.
I know they don't have the meatless patties. I'll have to check about the meatballs.
Hey, Vegan King TV, keep your mouth. I was not shouting you out. Do not. Sorry, what were you saying?
Do you know what the vegan meatballs are made out of?
Sorry?
Since you've had it, I said, do you know what the
medium... As 67, I promise you I will shut this live down. Stop testing me, bro. Stop playing with me. Sure, in fact, no, I don't know from Subway which exactly the meatballs are made of because I've only had that once. As I said, the plant patty is what I have all the time when I order from Subway. I've genuinely had hundreds and hundreds of plant patties over the last 4 years. So they are made out of beans. They've got some kind of sweet. It's like vegetables essentially inside, but it's inside a patty. It's packed with protein and it's really good actually. Shylux, please.
If they have it, I'll give it a try. I can't promise I'll like it, but I'll at least give it a shot.
Amazing, Shad. That's all I ask is that you try some new options. You broaden your horizons because as a collective, if we all slowly start getting vegan alternatives, we can reduce. Can I speak? Hello? May I speak, please?
Just take a deep breath.
No, don't tell me what to do. Are you my therapist? Are you my father? Do not tell me what to do, sir. As I was trying to say to my audience before I was so rudely interrupted. Guys, as a collective, we can reduce animal suffering so much if we all just start trying some vegan alternatives instead. So every single one of you, I set you a challenge, hear me now. This week, everyone here is going to try. This is not a canvas to decorate with your silly experiments, baby bat. Go somewhere else with it.
You're being rude to him.
Focus
He
on
was just trying to
stimuli.
be nice.
You are throwing things in my face without my
You were
permission.
literally
Leave
being rude
me
to him in
alone,
that
special
exact
officer.
moment.
Stop being silly. Apologize.
No.
Apologize or I will shut this live down.
Why should I apologize?
Because you are going to
rude to the
ruin
guest.
220. You are going to ruin 230 people's night right now. Are you really going to be accountable for that? Do you really want to ruin everyone's here's night just because you can't put your ego aside for a moment and apologize?
No.
Apologize in the next 10 seconds or I will shut this live down. Do not test me. You know I will do it. I do it all the time. I will use this as an example. Stop testing me.
Hey, Ryan wants to know if Echo fries taste good. You were being rude to the guest.
Quote, hey, context is important. Why are we ignoring the context of this example here? This was after the great flood of Noah. This was after Noah had to survive with his family, and this is God specifically speaking to them. So Eka Burger Queen, instead of picking specific quotes, please just look at the passages before that and the passages after that so you can see the exact context behind why God was speaking to Noah and what the relevance of those instructions were, given the time around it, okay? Vegan King Surprise, please stop. And yes, you're welcome, Echo Burger Queen, for the context there. Feel free to read into it, and I'm sure you'll come back and agree with me and understand that quote, stop lying about... Okay. Nikki, I think it's very interesting that you think I'm lying. It's evident that you actually haven't read the passage that I'm referring to here. So I would advise, Nikki, that you go and read the passage for yourself, and you will see that those instructions that God gave specifically to Noah and his children were after the flood. You really need to take that into account because it's very important. It's very easy to throw around passages without actually realizing why they were given, right? Why did God tell Noah and his children to do this? They was after the flood. What relevance does that have after the flood? We know that before the flood was where God had instructed that every herb bearing seed and fruit was to be meat. We see this in Genesis. In the Garden of Eden, it was vegan. We know this in the Bible, right? And anyone who doesn't know it, I'm really sorry to tell you, please just pick it up and read it. It's fine if you're not religious, but I just advise that if you do identify as a Christian or as Jewish or anything like that, read the Torah, read the Bible. You can see these things for yourself, right? You don't need to take my word for it. Pick up your Bible that's next to you and read it. It literally tells you the Garden of Eden was vegan. The instructions were given specifically to Noah and his children after the flood. So we know that in God's ideal society, ideal reality where Adam and Eve were given the permission to consume plants and herbs and fruits, that consumption of meat wasn't around then. It was literally vegan. We know the Garden of Eden was vegan. And I think that's very, very relevant to Christians to know this. You should know this information, right? I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not throwing out hate. I'm not insulting. I'm simply just giving you knowledge about a book that you might, sorry, not about a book, about the book that you read that you might not even be aware of. So you're welcome for that, by the way. Anyway, moving on. Let's have our next guest on the live. I think that's very relevant context, and I think that you guys should definitely read Genesis if you haven't. I think you should read Leviticus, Romans. If you haven't read them, context is very relevant. VK, did you not catch on to the username? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, new guest, how old are you, please?
19.
19, fantastic. Yes, I received your message earlier, isn't that correct?
Yes, I'm currently doing my research. I wanted to thank you for your help.
Of course. Is there anything I can help you with today?
There was one thing. I remember there was a live maybe like a week ago where there's like a counter on like the
Thank you for the popular vote. Go ahead, sorry, what did you say?
I remember a website you showed where there's like a counter of like animals dying per second. Like, I forgot the website. Do you know what it is?
Hey, Vegan King Thingy, can you please stop? This guy's asked a very good question. Yeah, it's called the vegancalculator.com, and it shows you exactly in real time how many animals are losing their lives. So as you can see, it's been 5 seconds since I opened it. We've already lost 200,000 fish. We've already lost 20,000 chickens. We've already lost 1,200 ducks. We've already lost nearly 1,000 rabbits. It's horrendous, and this is literally look every second how many animals are losing their lives, and this is apparently God's plan here. Can you believe that? Does that make sense to you? Does this look like God's plan to you?
It's horrible.
It's horrible, isn't it? And how people justify this in 2025 when they have the access, the options, and the freedom to not have to pay for unnecessary violence is crazy to me. How do we look at this as followers of God and go, this is God's plan? This is all unnecessary, but this is God's plan. We were given permission thousands of years ago to do this, so we're going to do it today, even though we don't have to. It's horrible. It's horrible. When you look at the victims, you realize the gravity of what's happening around you. Look, literally in 1 minute, we have 2 million fish, bro. We have 130,000 chickens. For what? For a meal that you don't even need. And you think this is God's plan? Wake up, guys, please. Just wake up. I'm not trying to spread hate. I'm not trying to spread negativity. I'm generally just trying to say, just wake up. We don't need to be doing this. You don't need to do this. Just leave the animals alone. You can be a Christian and be vegan. You can follow any religion and love and respect animals. I'm not telling you to turn away from your religion. Do whatever you want. Just leave the animals out of it. Live your life how you want. Just leave the animals out of it. It's that simple. They don't have to be victims based on your belief. You're forcing your belief onto them. Right? Because your belief is your religion, right? You're forcing your religion and belief onto them. But you're not just forcing a belief. Your belief is the reason their life is being lost. Imagine, there's billions of victims because of your belief systems. Follow your belief system and don't pay for unnecessary violence and death, right? Why not do both? Why not preach and live through compassionate and empathetic means, which is what all of the religious books tell us to do, by not paying for unnecessary violence to both the planet and animals, and still follow your religion? Surely that would be more aligned with every single one of our religions than not doing that. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying is right. You know what I'm saying is true. And if you feel emotional or angry right now, I just ask you to sit and breathe for a second and realize that maybe it's because you know that what I'm saying is true and you don't like hearing the truth because you're not ready to wake up. And the reason you're getting angry at me is because you don't want to confront these aspects of yourself that you are yet to confront, aka the voice in your head that gives you these justifications for paying for violence and death. Maybe it's time to confront those thought patterns, those belief systems. That sign has really been through it. Baby, but I'm so glad you're paying attention to what I'm saying. Thank you so much for that comment there. Thank you, Cows, again for the rose. I do appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, what is it I can help you with, guest?
No, that was it. I just thank you.
And where are you in your journey right now, by the way? So are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Are you trying things out?
I'm like vegan curious. That's why I'm doing the research right now. I do want to transition eventually.
Have you watched Dominion yet?
That's what I'm currently doing. Right, I'm about halfway through. I've had to watch in parts because it's such a tough watch. So
it's a very tough watch. I cried many times, and I have no shame in saying that. As a grown man, I don't cry a lot. Very rarely, actually. But I genuinely cried 2-3 minutes into Dominion. I had to pause it. I watched it again. I was filled with rage. These are very normal reactions, by the way, for someone who hasn't been heavily desensitized or someone who isn't on autopilot mode. Anyone who has their heart open, who watches Dominion, you will have an emotional reaction. And if you don't, in every case where I've spoken to someone who hasn't had an emotional reaction to Dominion, they've always had some kind of trauma in their life, which has caused them to be desensitized. In literally 99.9% of the scenarios, they've always gone through some kind of childhood trauma, even if they don't label it as childhood trauma. These are individuals that, like, let's say they've seen something traumatic at a young age, but because they're so young and they don't realize and they haven't sat down and realized the impact and effect seeing that has had on them, they don't identify what they went through as trauma. They just think, oh yeah, it was bad, but I didn't feel anything. No, the reality is just because you might not be aware or feel that something was bad, doesn't mean that it didn't have an impact on you. Because the reality is everything is subconsciously programming in the back of your in the back of your mind. Your subliminal brain is taking in messages all the time. So as a kid, when you see blood, when you see violence, like a lot of these kids who justify is they were growing up on farms, they've seen dead animals, they've seen innocent animals losing their lives. They don't realize when you see that as a kid, you become very desensitized to suffering and pain around you, and you find it harder to empathize with other beings. And that is always been the case when I speak to people who say, oh, I watched Dominion and I didn't feel anything. They've always had something happen to them in their past, but they fail to make the connection that the reason they lack empathy is because of what they went through. It's because of what happened. And there we go. Jambok has just admitted something that I didn't even know. He said he watched a cat do something to itself when he was a child. And this is what I mean. We're so normalized with violence and cruelty that we don't have the ability to actually question whether it makes sense and whether it's relevant in today's society. But look, I think what you're doing is great. You're only 19. You've heard what you thought was, something that, pondered, that made you, curious to listen and learn more. And you're going out and doing your research. All praise goes to you for listening, actually just doing your own research. I never sit here and say, hey, believe everything I'm saying. I tell people, this is the information. Go and read it for yourself. Go and listen to it for yourself. Oh, I've mentioned a quote from the Bible or the Torah. Go look at it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look at it. You'll see that what I'm saying is true. But don't believe me. Don't blindly listen to me. Go look at the evidence for yourself, and you'll realize that everything I'm saying is true. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Anything else, buddy?
No, I'm gonna head off. I'm really nervous on live, but thank you for talking to me, man.
Yeah, no worries, man. Thank you so much. Take care, bro. All right, guys, put some W's in the chat. Right, let's move on. Remember the topic of discussion, guys. I am open to general questions. If you're nervous to come up, feel free to put it in the chat. Give me a quote from your religion on why you think it's acceptable in 2025 to consume animals. To the person that said it's boring, then leave. I don't care. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to talk about veganism. Sorry. Can I come up? Ellie, if you want to answer the question on the screen, yes, you can. Right, how old are you, Anthony?
19.
Fantastic. And are you here to discuss the topic on the screen? Thank you, Zed, for the roses.
I just wanted to ask. So let's say someone takes wool off a sheep because it's got too much wool on it. Would that be bad or what?
No, it's not. If you're running an animal sanctuary and a sheep's overgrown wool, then it's your responsibility as the carer for the animal to remove that which makes the animal's life inconvenient or painful. However, if you are running a industry which is selling wool, that would mean that you're exploiting the sheep, which would then be against veganism. So no specific actions. Well, specific actions can't be vegan or non-vegan. It depends on the intent of why it's being done. And similarly, if a mother cow has a baby naturally in a sanctuary and she's overproducing milk due to genetic modification, it's acceptable to milk the mother because she can get pain in her body if she's not milked. In those circumstances, if you're not selling the milk and it's for the baby and you're doing it to help the animal, it's not against veganism. However, the moment you're now selling those and making money, that is when it classes as exploitation, and that is where it goes against veganism. We essentially just go against, we object any form of animal, cruelty or exploitation or hello? Oh, you think it's funny that he left? You think that's funny? I got removed. I don't know what happened. Would you like to come back up, Anthony? I can't see you in the guest box anymore. It's like you've changed your privacy settings. I literally can't see you anymore.
Hello. Yes. Now, I want you to I'm going to break this egg if you're not going to bring mine up. Do you want me to break it?
I'm literally running a calm
life. You want me to break it? You want me to break it?
Thank you so much, Donald, for dealing with that, bro. I was just literally just so confused, everything's just calm and fine, and then out of the blue. Thank you, Jed, for the rose again. To the person called Vegan King, please change your name and profile picture. Thank you very much. How old are you, please?
Hello, VK.
How old are you, please?
21.
You're 21. How has it been half an hour? I literally feel like I've been here for
July.
That is crazy. I feel like I've been here for 10 minutes. How is it half an hour? Wow. Yeah, and this is what it. You know what? It's fine. I'm not going to get into another rant. VK too calm at the moment. Misa, I'm always going to be calm if I'm not being provoked. You'll never see me angry if I'm not provoked. You know, I'll always be calm if I'm not being provoked. How old are you, please? Thank you so much, Hannah. I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry. What is it I can do for you?
You just asked me that.
Yeah, what is it I can do for you?
No, just come and see if everything's all good and...
Yeah, everything's fine, buddy. I appreciate you checking in, but I'd just like to have some discussions about the topic on the screen, please. So if anyone would like to come up and discuss the topic on the screen, please do come up and let's have a discussion. Right, let's have this person. Follower of Christ, very nice name. Right, why are these people not coming up when I'm clicking the accept button? I don't understand. There we go. Read us poetry. No, let me discuss. Yeah, of course.
Hello?
Howdy.
So I've been looking to get into veganism. I wonder if you could help me.
Yeah, of course. What's the issue?
So I just looked into it a bit more and I thought it was really cruel. And I wanted someone to, reach out and help me become vegan.
Get the hat off the screen, please. Yeah, so it's really simple, sir. You're just going to start off by replacing your animal products with plant-based alternatives. You can start off with dairy, get your milk out the fridge, get some, oat milk, almond milk, soya milk. There's a lot of alternatives that are very good for you that taste phenomenal, and you really won't notice the difference with what you drink them with. Vegan. Get the.
Hey,
sorry,
VK,
what is your year of birth?
My year of birth?
Yes.
2003, June 3rd.
Okay. That does add up, actually. No, wait, wouldn't that make you 22?
Yeah, I said 22.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so what is the next question?
So VK, I just wanted to let you know, that, you see all these people trying to make you mad and stuff.
Buddy, I don't need counseling. I don't. Oh my god, everyone's saying you're lying, so I'm just gonna move on, buddy, because you do sound quite young, and I don't want to risk speaking to a minor, so. Yes, jump.
What is going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
That was weird. That kid was so definitely a child. He said, "Oh, I've looked into veganism. It's really cool." This is a downright lie. I'm surprised you didn't pick up on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's not a lie to be respectful to animals and look after the planet. That is pretty cool, actually, in a world of, desensitized people. I think the small minority who care, they're very cool.
Yeah, but then again, you're eating lettuce isn't very cool, is it? It's just lettuce.
You literally made a video of you consuming plant-based meats, and you said they tasted amazing, but you're coming up here and saying that we just eat lettuce. When you
yeah, the Viva Lever, whatever it's called, Trauma Raptors. You've never had it, had you?
No, I haven't.
But I thought you were meant to be vegan.
So does that mean that I'm meant to have tried every single one of the hundreds of thousands of options that are available?
Well, quote yourself. It's actually over 50.
You realize even if I tried, and hey, can you stop spamming rodeo hats when we know they abuse animals, please? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jam Bucket, you realize that if I was to have tried every single, let's just say I tried a new vegan product every day for 5 years since I went vegan, you realize that would mean that I'd still only have tried less than quite literally 5% of the vegan options in the world, right? So I don't know what expectance you have on me to have tried all the vegan options.
500.
Jam, just trust that I did my maths correctly. I'm very
okay. I can trust you. Do you know, I've got a very simple question, my friend. Very simple. Yes, you're you should question everything. But when people question veganism, you're like, these unintelligent people question veganism. Why is this?
I agree. I completely agree. You should absolutely question everything, but I think it's how you question it that's very important. If somebody comes up very respectfully, like the last two guests, there's never going to be a problem. But when somebody comes up and they make wild, statements without any intellectual basis or any studies or any kind of evidence to back up their claims, that is when I question not why you're questioning things, but how you're questioning things. You shouldn't be questioning things and making wild statements without any evidence or any, kind of intellectual basis to your points whatsoever, because that is where you just go into to a whole different level of questioning things. If, however, someone came up and just said, why is it this way? How does that work? How does this make sense? There's never a problem with asking questions. It's the making wild accusations and statements that I disagree with.
I mean, that is two different types of questions, but fair play, I'll allow you to get away with that. Do you want my fair question? What?
I said thank you, Cameron, for the rose.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were saying what? Yeah, so your dog's named Mojo, right?
Yes.
Why did you give him the name you have? Because I think it could lead to issues.
Let the dog off, man. Who is that? Look, Vegan King Surprise, I don't want any problems, bro. Can you leave me alone, please? I'm actually having a really calm life. Caitlin, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you here. Yes, look, sorry. Why are you asking me why I named him that?
Yes.
Because I wanted to, Jam Bucket. Okay? Because it's a good name and it suited him. Okay?
I can understand Mojo, but his full name is Mojo Burgers. Do you not think that's a bit...
Oh my... My son's name is not Mojo Burgers. Big Gun, please. I'm having a really calm life, buddy. Please, mate. Please. Okay? There's no need for this, guys. Mighty, please, bro. Ashley, please, guys. I will just shut it down and come back later. I will just shut it down and come back later. I don't need this. I really don't need this. I'm just trying to have some calm discussions. Mighty, what do you want?
I'm just saying hi.
You're just saying hi after what you did on my last live.
What? What did I do?
How about you just say sorry?
May I? Okay, before I do that, may I ask you a question? I'm being real.
Go ahead. Get the worms off the phone, Jibu.
Okay. So the last live, you did mention something that was actually quite interesting. You did mention about the elephants and what was it? I can't remember. Ganesha. Sorry.
Yes.
So with that religion, and I hear that you study a lot of religions and everything, would it seem fair to change religions based on like views or like other types of research and everything? I'm just asking.
Of course, anyone can follow whatever religion they want. It's their life. They can do what they want, right?
Okay.
This is my worldview, right? Anyone can do whatever they want, provided they're not affecting somebody else. It's literally that simple, right? If you want to have a certain thought in your head, if you want to follow a certain religion, if you want to go to a church 10 times a day, if you want to pray 16 times a day, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. But the moment you're now imposing your belief onto somebody else, which is actually causing them harm, that is where you need to stop. AKA, if a Christian says, oh, I want to impose my views of consuming animals based on my belief in the Bible, which is now actually resulting in innocent animals losing their life, that is wrong. In Islam, if we're told to be compassionate, when I say us, I'm talking about humans, if we're told to be compassionate towards animals, but you're paying for unnecessary death and violations of animals' freedom, that is literally going against the teaching of that religion. That's imposing your beliefs of your superiority of animals onto animals' lives. So that is all I say. Do whatever you want, but the moment it's affecting somebody else, that's where you need to stop and think, is my belief system, does it give me a right to pay for the death of this other being? No, and you'll find in reality it actually doesn't, because you can believe what you want, but now you're inflicting your beliefs on other people, which is actually a very interesting thing to say, because that is what most non-vegans say about vegans. They're like, oh, stop imposing your views on us, stop imposing your beliefs on us. But in reality, if you stopped being a hypocrite for a second and actually sat down and thought, you're the one imposing your views on the animals by paying for their death based on your own belief system and based on your own superiority complex.
But then why is it that certain religions are trying to kill other people to make them think that, okay, well, we'll take Islam for example.
Can you use the word unalive, please? And by the way, please don't say that word. I don't know if you'll know this, but they are actually purchasing the TikTok application, so you need to be very careful with, using certain words. But I know which country you're referring to now, so we can go ahead.
Well, I'll use that terminology. I am so sorry. Unaliving. I got to get used to that. With certain religions unaliving other people, trying to push their beliefs and everything, why is it does the people of the religion think that it's right to do what they're doing to spread their religion in the name of their religion?
I disagree with any form of death or cruelty towards anyone based on their views and opinions. I think that's always wrong. The difference between me and the average person on this live is I don't limit my compassion and empathy to humans. I extend it to both humans and animals. I view all sentient life as sacred, and I value and respect all sentient beings. I fight for innocent humans just as much as I would fight for innocent animals. The reason I fight for animals more is because they don't have a voice. They don't have millions of people who support them. They don't have people signing petitions. They don't have people protesting in their name. Yes, we do, but nowhere near to the length that humans do. So yes, I could stand for human oppression, but there's already enough humans to do that. I'm already a minority by being a vegan, being an activist with the knowledge and a platform and a voice and the intellect to actually speak for animals. I'm doing exactly what I should be doing with my brain.
But now we go to like Christians and everything. You don't see Christians doing that.
Thank you for the butterflies. Christians doing what, sorry?
Unaliving people in the name of their religion. They did that back. But like, I mean,
wait. So by the way, yeah. So there's always going to be extremists in any group, right? Every single religion on this planet has extremists who do things that could be seen as, you know, taking things out of context from their religion. Obviously, that goes with certain belief systems and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, what relevance does that have? I stand against any form of death or cruelty towards any beings based on their views or based on how they choose to live their life, provided they're not causing harm to other beings. That still doesn't justify them having their life taken away from them. But I would say then it depends on the level of harm that they're causing. For example, if somebody's like quite literally responsible for millions and millions of innocent people losing their life, could you argue that it could potentially be right for their life to be taken as a consequence? Potentially. If it's been done in a legal manner where they followed, like, you know, the relevant legal procedures in a fair and ethical, compassionate way, then yes, I think it can be justified to do that if that's the legal conclusion from a hearing. Yes.
But if you're talking, like, if we're talking back, like, in the Crusades and everything, like, we who study history know that the Crusades was literally the most bloodiest in the times. Christians try to say, okay, well, we don't want, you know, other people of other religions to,
Just stop. Sorry, go ahead, Mighty. Right, guys, I'm actually having a nice conversation with someone who's causing trouble earlier. This is a great chance for me to develop a positive relationship with someone. So if you guys could potentially allow me to stop, I would appreciate. Sorry, I just stop interfering. Please go ahead, Mighty. What were you saying?
Well, before I continue and everything, I do want to apologize and everything. I do troll a lot of people and everything.
Okay, it's okay. Vic, stop doing that! Look, there's no Mighty. There's no hard feelings, buddy. I'm enjoying this conversation. Go ahead with what you were saying before we forget the topic. What were you saying, please?
So again, back to the Crusades and everything. Those who study history and everything actually found out that the Crusades, back in their time, was the bloodiest time in history. Now, to say that, you know, Christians were to do that again, they would be viewed as extremists in this time period.
Okay.
Now, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's say vegans, and I'm just saying this as an example. Let's say vegans actually do conquer the food chain and everything, and everybody gets to the point where they say, okay, well, let's eat more plants, you know, instead of, you know, eat more plants, eat less animals and everything.
Please stop with the dogs. It's really distracting. I'm trying to listen to what he's saying. Yes, you're basically saying the whole world goes vegan. Is that the correct thing?
Sort of. I mean, you're still going to have those people that rebel and everything.
Okay, let's just say majority of the world are vegan. What's the question?
My question would be, how would you continue to show, besides your teachings and everybody else's teachings and everything, how would you continue to implement, like, new new ways to explore veganism? Like, how would you continue to make sure that veganism is the right way to go in the path ahead?
Well, it's literally just about education and awareness. I feel like anyone who wants to consume meat who's an adult, they should at least spend 1 week educating themselves on the process and the practices involved with what they're doing. I feel like the whole idea of the meat industry is to push across this ideology that animals are happy and that they're treated well and that they're unalived in an ethical, humane way. This is the whole reasoning behind the meat industry desensitizing you. Can you stop, please? Desensitizing you through the words. Like, why don't we just call it a cow burger? Why do we call it beef? Why don't we just call it a cheese and pig sandwich? Why do we call it ham? The reason that we use words like bacon, beef, and ham is because the meat industry doesn't want you to think about the animal that you're consuming, because that could potentially put you off your food, which means they're not making as much money. We literally see evidence in this by the names of the products. We see that they cut the animals' bodies into shapes that don't resemble their natural shape because they don't want, again, humans to make the correlation between what they're eating and the animal. Now, hey, Please stop. Now, a lot of people might go, hey, I'm fully aware that I'm eating a chicken when I eat chickens. Now, I ask you the question, how often do you actually think about the live chicken while you're consuming its body? Very rarely is honest answer, right? If I ask you a question, when you last ate your McDonald's burger, were you thinking about a live cow?
I mean, I ate a chicken sandwich, but I
Okay,
mean,
were you thinking about a chicken when you were eating it?
I mean, I could counter that, but at the same time, I mean, yes, I was thinking about it, but at the same time, if you think about it, chickens are actually the most mass-produced animal in the animal kingdom.
Yes, they are. They're the most oppressed being on this planet. They're losing their lives at a rate of 70 billion on a yearly basis. If you think about how many humans exist today, we're on about 8 billion. Let's just take it down to 7 billion for the sake of mathematical calculations here.
Okay.
We are unaliving 10 times the population of the human species in chickens alone every single year. So if we multiply the human population by 10, not by 10%, by the literal number 10 times the current human population, if we were at, to say, 70 to 80 billion human beings, that is the amount of chickens that we are unaliving every year. It is absolutely, by every definition and means of the word, a holocaust is what we are doing to animals. And it's all being done in a vast majority of cases in first world countries like the UK and US for taste pleasure. You're literally paying for the death of billions of innocent sentient beings so that you can enjoy a piece of food that you don't even need. It's absolutely horrendous. And I think the moment you realize this, it causes you to have an awakening, unless you're desensitized, unless you don't care, unless you're just, in autopilot mode, where you're too busy worrying about your own survival to think about other beings. I think that's the state most people are in. They're too busy worrying about their own lives and their own problems to care about animals. That's the sad reality.
Right, and let me end the conversation with this very last question. Everything. If I've honestly been thinking about lowering my meat consumption and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to eat some chicken.
Yeah.
If that's fair enough and everything. Like, reducing my amount of meat intake, according to what you've been saying, according to what I've been researching, would it be fair to eat like more chicken than beef or like venison or anything like that?
I'd say the most realistic, logical approach is continue trying out plant-based alternatives. And the moment, let's say, you find a plant-based alternative for chicken that you actually enjoy, that is affordable to you, then there's no excuse for you to consume chicken anymore. Because if you can get the same taste pleasure, which is why you're consuming the chicken, right? It's not because you get protein, because you can get protein from plants. You can get all of these nutrients that you get from animals through plant-based sources. In fact, every essential nutrient that your body needs as a human can be acquired from a plant-based diet. And that's not an opinion. That's every leading nutritional and dietetics company around the world conclusively agree this. So we know we can thrive on a plant-based diet. So you're obviously not eating chickens because you have to for your health. You're eating chickens because you enjoy the taste of their body. So if you can find a plant-based alternative that gives you the same taste pleasure, if not more, then technically you would have no excuse to still consume animals, because you can get the same taste pleasure from a plant-based alternative that's going to be better for your health, better for the animals' lives, and better for the planet. So as a compassionate, intelligent person, you would obviously switch to the plant-based alternative, right?
I mean, that does sound fair and everything, and I do agree with what you said and everything. If I were to consume plant-based products and everything to try and lower my consumption of meat and everything, that would be like the best alternative and everything. And I am trying to lead a healthy life, but I mean, it's hard to, and don't take this the wrong way. It's hard to hear it from you when I've been eating meat for like 34 of my 36 years. You know what I mean?
I was eating meat for 21 years before I decided to make the change as well. So, I fully understand what it's like to be very heavily reliant. And by the way, I still get cravings for meat textures. I just have plant-based alternatives. I still want to eat something that has like a chicken-like texture, and that's why I'm a very big fan of plant-based meat alternatives. I genuinely love the texture of it. So I still get the same hit that I used to get from animals. I just get it from plant-based alternatives. So no one's saying, hey, start eating salads, only eat cucumbers and lettuce. We're not living like that. We have vegan beef, vegan lamb, vegan chicken, vegan steaks, vegan cheese, vegan butter. Yes, some of them might be unhealthy. But studies show us that actually consuming animals' bodies, as you know, processed meat, according to World Health Organization, is a level 1 carcinogen. Red meats, not heavily processed, or let's say organic or something, those are potential level 2 carcinogens. And we know the saturated fat in the cholesterol in animals' bodies significantly increases your chances of cardiovascular disease. We know that eating animals significantly increases your chances of colorectal cancer, numerous other types of cancer, type 2 diabetes. We see it destroys our microbiome. We see that
Unfortunately, I have, but
it pollutes our body with parasites. So we see this through the studies. This is what the science shows us. This isn't my opinion. So I would just say that, yeah, if we can find a plant-based alternative, it might be a bit processed, but it's not as bad as the meat alternative. If it's healthy or affordable and it doesn't cause the unnecessary violence towards animals, that is the option that we should pick. So yeah, my advice to conclude, Mighty, is go out, try some plant-based alternatives. The moment you find something that is an alternative to a meat or an animal's body, replace it. Simply replace that product with a plant-based alternative. Do it with your milk. The moment you find a plant-based milk that you like, stop buying dairy. No one's saying go vegan tomorrow, because you might go vegan tomorrow and then next week you'll have temptations and skip, right? So I think it's better for you to take a more logical, pragmatic approach where you're actually slowly adopting more vegan products into your diet to a point where you no longer need the animal alternatives. I think that's the best approach to take. So yeah, do it slowly, do it in your own time, but have that goal of trying to reduce the amount of non-vegan stuff you're buying as much as practicable and possible, because that's what veganism is about, doing as much as practicable and possible in our day-to-day life. Special officer, please. Sorry, what did you say, Maichi?
Oh no, I said, oh sweet. I mean, I'm already using oat milk for my oatmeal and everything, so I'm trying little by little. So I mean, and again, before I leave and everything, here I do apologize.
It's okay, Mikey. As I said, I don't take any offense. I've enjoyed this conversation. You've been very respectful, buddy. Okay, I'm going to give somebody else a chance. But if you want to come up, if you have any more questions, if you have any difficulties, please just request a live. You're more than welcome to come up, buddy. Thank you so much. Okay. Special officer, enough. Thank you, mate. Special officer, we are having a really, really peaceful life, buddy. Really, really peaceful life. You don't need to cause any problems. King, lol, you're gonna watch us all pass before you. I don't think so. You never know, right? Life is unpredictable. You never know what could happen. I hope that we all live long, happy lives. I genuinely do. Both non-vegans and vegans alike. I just hope that non-vegans wake up to the harm they're causing sooner rather than later. What do you want? What do you want?
Living in your mom's attic.
What did you just say?
I just got through talking to your mom, and she has verified that you do live in the attic.
Oh my
God. For a fact. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, right?
What is it about seeing me having a nice, calm, respectful discussion makes you want to come in here and be so rude?
Why does it seem to the facts that you think I'm coming up here for just that reason?
What is it you want?
What is it do you want?
I'm trying to spread the word of veganism. I'm trying to find people's justifications for violence. Sorry?
Homophobe. You're being a narcissistic homophobe.
I'm sorry. What?
That you are a hypocritical.
Whoa. Sorry. Wait. The word that no. The word you use to start with. Stop talking for a second. Stop talking for a second. The word that you just used, let's just say lomo robe. Can you please give me evidence that I've ever stated something that would indicate that I'm against people having attraction to the same gender? Could you give me evidence that I've ever stated something that would be
fucking asshole. Don't you dare mute me again.
Hey, listen. Hey, no. And you, oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Special Officer. TikTok has just punished you for what you have said on this live. TikTok has just punished you for what you have said. Horrendous, absolutely horrendous for you to say something like that. Thank you so much, TikTok, for taking the relevant action to ensure that... Take his animations away as well, TikTok. He's using them against me. TikTok, I know you're listening here. I know I'm one of your favorite creators. You need to take away his animation access as well, because he's using that to cause further division and negativity on this live stream. TikTok, you need to remove that. TikTok, you need to... Right, let's have our next guest on the live. Guys, we may be taking a little break very soon. It is 4 a.m. in the UK. However, I am very, very, very pumped with energy. So I might go out, grab some fresh air, and I might come back. Who knows? But let's have a few more people up, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I'm very much enjoying the calm conversations. Before people came in and started interfering, we're having some very meaningful conversations here where, we're opening a lot of minds and hearts to the reality. And I enjoy doing this very much so. Thank you so much, Ben. I do appreciate that. Baby Bat, I am not going to bed. Do not tell me what to do. Okay? Do not tell me what to do, Baby Bat. Why don't you pay attention to what I'm saying? Maybe you can learn something. Yeah? Why don't you learn something? What can I do for you, please, Shaquille?
I want to talk about why I'm religious and not vegan.
Yeah, that would be great. Go ahead.
I just got done with my Bible study, actually.
Oh, nice. Do you go to church for that, or do you do that at home?
I host it. I lead it.
No way. Is that friends or random people at church or what?
Random people. I just kind of got a group of people together, and I said,
Get off! Special officer, not Shaquille, obviously. Would you like to be big screen, Shaquille, or are you happy being small?
I'm happy being small.
Okay, cool. All right.
Dan Bucket requested that I do a session, so I'm going to do a little something.
No. We are here to.
Can I just say one thing?
Is it going to be a passage? How long is it going to take?
Yeah, it's a passage, but it's a quick verse. It's Matthew 18:20, and it says, "Where one or two are gathered, there I am in their presence." So I would like to take this time and talk about what I talked about at the Bible study.
How long is that going to take?
Like 2 minutes.
Well, why don't we just discuss the topic on the screen, Shaquille?
What do you mean?
You said that you wanted to discuss the topic on the screen, so why don't we do that?
Like you and I, right now?
That's what you came up and said, I want to talk about the topic on the screen. Special officer, stop. Yeah, so I'm saying go ahead. What is it you wanted to say about religion and veganism pertaining to...
Well, what do you think? So you think you can't be a Christian and also...
Of course you can. Of course you can be a Christian and be vegan, right?
So you're just asking why you're religious but not a vegan.
Exactly. I'm saying if you have the ability to be both Christian and vegan, what is stopping you from loving and protecting the planet, as well as loving and protecting animals, while also following the Bible and doing whatever you want with your own religion? You can be Christian and be vegan. Why not?
So what would you say in the Bible? It says, I am the helper to my husband. That's my role in our marriage.
Oh, wow.
And
is that the Old Testament or the New Testament?
It's both. I follow both the Old Testament and the New Testament.
I've actually never heard that. I didn't know that you... So just to clarify, that you're saying the Bible says that you as a lady, it's your job to serve your husband?
Yeah.
That's great.
I am to submit to my husband because he's the head of our household.
Okay.
And I don't... Like, you don't all have to do that, but that's personally what I believe. And that's what I do.
Yeah, if that works in your relationship, power to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what would you say in my situation that I listened to him and I've talked to him about like the meat situation, and he said absolutely not, because he cooks too. He's the cook. And he would never do that. He thinks it's abuse to the human body, and he would never allow our children to not eat meat. What would you say I do then?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because you'd instantly have to ask him what basis that he's got to actually have that belief system. And if he actually done any research, or you did any research, you'd realize it's completely false, because every leading nutritional and dietetics company around the world conclusively agree that a well-planned plant-based diet is suitable for all stages of life. You could be a child, you could be pregnant, you could be elderly. We know that we get every single essential nutrient from a plant-based diet. So the belief system that it's abuse for your body isn't based on any intellectual standing whatsoever, because there's literally no evidence that you can't be a vegan and be healthy. So that's literally not based on any intellectual analysis or study whatsoever. I could literally show you 20 studies that show you how damaging animals actually are for your body. How it, we know that saturated fat and cholesterol has been linked to severely increased chance of cardiovascular disease. We know it gives you an increased chance of numerous types of cancer, type 2 diabetes. It pollutes your body with parasites. It destroys your microbiome. It promotes inflammation. It reduces your average lifespan. These aren't claims. I can literally give you a study for every single one of it. For example, the National Library of Medicine, estimating the impact of food choices and life expectancy, shows us that plant-based diets on average allow you to live for 13 years longer. So the evidence is complete opposite of what your husband is claiming. The evidence shows that animals' bodies are absolutely gargantuously disgusting and horrible for the longevity of your life. And a well-planned plant-based diet is suitable for all stages of life and very good for the longevity of your life. So that's what I'd say. I just ask him and urge him to do a bit of research to see that what he believes is actually completely false and not based on any studies or intellectual basis whatsoever.
And if you would never change his mind, am I still a bad person because I do what he says? And
I don't think you're a bad person at all. I don't think meat eaters are bad people. I just think that you're either desensitized or you're not aware of it whatsoever. For example, my mom's been a meat eater her whole life, and she's never going to change it. I don't think she's a bad person. I know that she's an amazing person. I just think that she's sadly not. Number one, she's very accustomed to it. She's like double my age, so it's literally just her life. And number two, she hasn't seen what's happening. I don't think she'd ever watched Dominion. I think similar to you, it'll break her heart. So that's just called being desensitized. That doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you're not ready to confront the consequences of your actions. But you will one day. You will eventually.
I mean, it's not that if I was a single female, it's not that I like wouldn't even look into veganism. It's that I listen to my husband, not by force, because I want to. And I don't think you could ever, or anybody could ever convince him.
Thank you, Donald, for doing that.
To be vegan.
I think
I could never be.
That's also just attached to the label, because I think a lot of people don't like vegans. They don't like how vegans act, how vegans compose themselves. But what you need to remember is veganism isn't about vegans. It's about the animals, right? And that's another thing that people just seem to forget. If you don't like vegans, that doesn't mean that you should pay for the death of animals, because animals are their own species, right?
But he's very just like American man. Like when we got together, I was like, I'm not about hunting. I come from a place where people hunt a lot, like the South. And that's just a big thing there is hunting animals. And he did that. And I said, you want to be with me? You're not going to be able to do that. And he said, well, there's going to have to be some exceptions. So I guess it's also what you pick.
That's interesting. So you're against him hunting?
Yeah.
Why?
I told him I wouldn't date him if he continued to hunt.
Why?
I like animals.
Yeah, but do you not think that it's worse to like forcefully breed an animal into existence, confine them to small space, take their life, inject them with insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, growth hormones, tranquilizers?
From what I learned, I personally would be open to exploring veganism. I live with a man who was very anti that, and it wouldn't ever be.
But let's look at the fundamentals of what veganism is, right? To its core, it's just a movement that's trying to reduce the death and suffering of animals and reduce the leading cause of our planet's destruction, right? Outside of health, let's just talk about purely things outside of ourselves. Some people don't care about their health. Let's look at what veganism does. We know that it helps the planet. We know that it reduces our carbon footprint. We know that it stops the leading cause of deforestation, desertification, ocean dead zones, animal extinction, habitat destruction. We know it's good for the planet. All the evidence points to that. And we know that it's also very beneficial for animals by reducing their unnecessary death and violence. So the question now is if you're anti-vegan, you're basically anti a healthy planet and anti-animal rights. And that's what I don't understand. How can you be against loving animals and protecting the planet? That sounds like the Christian thing to do, right? The Christian things to do is to be compassionate, loving, spread joy, spread peace, spread laughter, spread, non-violence wherever possible. And it seems to me that veganism aligns more closely with Christianity than non-veganism does. How does forcefully breeding billions of beings into existence, splitting them from their mothers, taking resources from their bodies, putting them into gas chambers, macerating them, taking their heads off. How does all of these things, how does that align with Christianity more than veganism, which is literally just about peace and equality with animals and non-violence and non-abuse? How does that not align closer with Christianity? That's my question.
It's just, it's an interesting hill to die on because in my personal opinion, I do love animals, but I do see humans more valuable than an animal life.
That's okay.
You're
allowed to think that.
And I'm in this situation where I'm like, there's so much chaos and like destruction. And like I held a 3-week-old baby today and I was like, these are the babies who are currently getting killed in Gaza right now. And I'm like, if I'm going to die on a hill or I'm going to die on like focus my attention somewhere, it's going to be on, I guess, humans right now instead. And because I feel like if we can't even protect humans, it's going to be very hard to advocate for animals.
Yeah, no, and that's a very valid point. But one thing that I would say is I care very deeply about what you stated as well. But you can care about more than one thing at the same time. Just because you care about animals doesn't mean that you can't care about the children losing their lives, and vice versa. Just because you care about the children losing their life doesn't mean you can't care about animals. You can care about all beings, right? You don't have to fight for animals. No one's telling you to become an activist. No one's telling you to use your time and your voice to speak and do what I'm doing. You can literally just stop paying for animals losing their lives yourself. It's literally just going to a different shelf in a supermarket. That's literally all you have to do, right? So, and going back to your previous point, I slightly think that humans' lives, you can have the belief that humans' lives are more important than animals. That doesn't mean that you can't be vegan. Being vegan doesn't mean that you think animals' lives are equal to or more important than humans' lives. Being vegan just means that you value animals' lives enough to not pay for their unnecessary death and violence. So you can absolutely think humans are more important. You can hold humans in a higher moral consideration. You can do all of that and still be a vegan. Make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, like I said, I would be interested in going, at least trying being vegan, but I'm never going to be able to because of my husband. But
I mean, you work and you have your own money as well, right?
I don't.
I'm not telling you to defy. I'm not telling you to defy him, but if you were to buy like some plant-based milk or some vegan butter, would he get angry at you?
Not angry, but he wouldn't.
Thank you, Gauss. You don't have to, by the way.
Wouldn't want like 2 different meals being made. Like he wouldn't like that.
Well, it's not about meals. Like if you were having toast in the morning per se, you could literally just butter it with vegan butter instead of normal butter. That's not going against his meal. That's
if it's his money, he would not like that because he is the provider.
But that's the question, right? So putting aside humans who are vegans, like I get he doesn't like vegans like me. Putting that aside, right? Let's just look at the animals for a second. If he can buy a product that doesn't involve unnecessary violence to animals compared to a product that does involve unnecessary violence to animals, why pick the violent option when he has the option to pick the non-violent option? Because that's what he's picking.
He does not see animals as like important. He sees them as food more than anything.
Yeah,
he's like that.
But that then I would urge him to, maybe that's why you're in his life, to teach him some compassion towards animals. You have a big heart towards animals. You love them dearly. Maybe that's what you're there to do. You're there to show him that animals are also worthy of being considerate of, that they're also worthy of having compassion towards, that they have emotions, that they have experiences, that they have personalities. Maybe he doesn't recognize that. Has he had pets in his life? Has he been around many animals?
Yeah. I mean, we raised 3 cats together and he loves his cats.
Yeah, he probably loves his cats as his own children in the same way that I love my dogs as my own children. The difference is I extend that love to other animals because I understand that other animals are just as capable as my dogs. If I was to sit down and raise a pig from a baby, and you were to bond with it, let's just say you and your husband, for example, if you and your husband were to raise a little piglet from a very young age and you were to bond with it and teach it and interact with it and train it, you know that pig would, number one, be very intelligent because pigs have the ability to be very intelligent. We see this in studies where pigs have performed flight simulators with their joysticks. We see that they've outperformed dogs. If that pig was very loving and it slept with you and it looked deeply into your eyes and it responded to you and it played around, which pigs do, by the way, you would understand that there's no difference between the pig and the cat except that one is viewed by society as a food source and the other isn't. So now we have to question, why are we paying for the death of beings based on what society deems to be normal when we know that inherently they have the same abilities, they have the same subjective experiences, they feel pain, they both suffer, they both have the ability to feel love, to be trained, to listen, to run around, to play. There's so many similarities between cats and pigs, and they both exactly, as I said, pigs and dogs, and they would suffer exactly the same in these situations. So why do we not extend our compassion to other animals? Why do we just limit it to dogs and cats?
I've actually asked him that same scenario. We were watching a show and there's like a little piglet. I was like, do you want to get a tiny teacup pig and like raise it? And he went, yeah, I would do that so I could eat it later.
By the way, it might be a personal question, but has he been through like trauma from a young age? Has he seen anything very graphic or violent or vulgar or like death?
I won't get into it, but yes.
Wait, sorry, you said he done hunting, right? You said he done.
He lived in Germany and he saw something bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, not going into people's personal lives here, but I find that to be a common pattern with people who are very non-empathetic towards animals, or who don't really care about saying stuff like that. They always seem to have had, from everyone I've spoken to, by the way, I'm not speaking for every human, I can only speak from my own experiences. Every person that I've spoken to who lacks empathy towards animals, who let's say can watch Dominion and not feel anything, these are typically people who have gone through something at a young age that has desensitized them. As I said earlier, I don't know if you were here, but they've nearly all gone through something traumatic, whether they label that as
You
traumatic.
could argue all humans have been through something traumatic.
Yeah, that's a good point, because the term traumatic is subjective, and someone could class literally going through, let's say, being fired from a job as traumatic, right? So you're correct on that. Every human being could claim trauma. Yeah, that's correct. But when I say trauma, I'm specifically relating to like death, like seeing someone lose their life, seeing blood, seeing violence. I'm specifically referring to that kind of trauma, because that's the kind of trauma that causes you to be very desensitized to other beings suffering and lack the ability to empathize with other beings. That specific type of trauma is what I'm referring to. Has he been through that specific type of trauma? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I find that to be a very, very similar pattern in literally everyone I speak to who doesn't have empathy towards animals. So I would say that when you realize that you have been desensitized, you should realize that that's a cover that you're putting on yourself to shield yourself from feeling the same kind of pain again, potentially. If you want to look at it from a very psychological perspective here, when one stops feeling empathy for others based on pain that they have felt in the past or based on something violent that they've seen, that is the mind and the body's way of shielding itself from potentially being exposed to that same kind of thing that you saw when you were younger. So that would be basically shielding yourself. And I would say to develop as a human being and to have your heart open, especially if you're in a committed relationship with somebody, you should have the ability to be vulnerable. And to be vulnerable, you have to be yourself. And to be yourself, you have to unshield and unravel that part of yourself that you've been guarding from a young age, aka whatever it is that he went through that caused him to lack empathy now. He needs to figure out what it is he saw, what actual damage it's done to him, regardless of whether he labels it as damage or trauma. That way he can heal and he can be more empathetic to both animals and other beings around him, and more of himself. He can be more of himself, really.
If I could get him to listen to that, I think that's a really good point. I don't know if I ever could.
It's okay. I believe in divine timing. I believe in flow. I feel like everything happens when it needs to happen. So whenever he needs to...
Yeah, we're both religious. He and I are. We met at a Bible study, and it's very subjective. I don't know the way we both empathize with people because I'm very sensitive and he's very not.
That's nice that you cleaned up.
But actually, hold on. I'm getting a call. What?
What is that?
You want to see Ralph's giant cock?
What is that in your... Wait, what is that next to your ear?
What are you talking about?
Well, what is that?
Hello?
Is that a foot? What the fuck?
Game right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm using.
Are you kidding me? Why are you guys still laughing? Why are you guys still laughing. Are you ready to behave? Are you ready to behave? Good. I do not want to have to punish you guys, but you want to continue misbehaving? I have to show you. I have to teach you. What is that on my screen? Oh, phew. Oh my god. All right. Right. We're going to have our next guest on the live, 18 and above. We are here to... Big Earn, please. Thank you, Silence, for the rose. Thank you, Ysera. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate that. We are here to discuss the topic on the screen, which, as you can see, is right here. We are here to discuss this. Hey. To the person called Thunderstorm, you are not going to promote dog exploitation on this live. We are here to raise awareness of animal cruelty. Thank you, Silex and Nico. We are here to raise awareness of animal cruelty. We are not going to have people disrespecting us. Two-Step, thank you so much. And Vegan King Surprise, thank you for behaving today. What? Right, what can I do for you, sir? Thank you, Silex.
Yeah, may I ask why you are targeting religion? Because we're not
Get the
vegan.
hands off the screen. Hey. Get the dogs up and let me answer his question. Sorry, sir, how old are you?
I'm 19.
You're 19. What was your question again?
I'm asking why you targeting religion because we're not vegan.
That's an interesting word. Why do you use the word targeting? Because all I'm doing is having a discussion. Where is the target being pointed at you exactly?
Well, you're saying
you have a
that...
weapon being held to you or something?
No, you're saying why are you religious
Yeah, it's a
but not
question.
vegan?
Big gun. Let me speak and answer this man's question, please. Silex, stop. It's called having a discussion. You know, when people have an interest in something and they have queries on people with opposing views, two people come together and they have something called a discussion, which means they share ideas, share different perspectives with the hopes of learning and growing. So I don't know why you feel like this is some kind of target. It's simply a discussion. Why do you feel otherwise?
Well, it seems like it seemed to me like you were targeting religion, and I didn't
that's
like it.
interesting. I would say, sir, that if you felt targeted without anyone pointing a target at you, that might require you to look within yourself and ask yourself why you feel that your faith is in question to begin with. Because if you were confident and secure within your faith, you would not feel as if I was targeting. You would just see that it for what it is, which is just having discussions and asking questions. So I would use that as a mirror, sir, and look within and ask yourself, why are you uncertain with your faith? And why do you have doubts there? Okay? Thank you so much, sir. Right, let's move on to our next guest, 18 and above, please. We are here to have serious discussions. If you are over 18 and you would like to have a respectful discussion about the topic on the screen, please come up and we can have that discussion now. Right, Matt, how old are you, please?
I'm 41.
You're 41, fantastic. And why are you religious but not vegan, sir?
Well, I'm not religious or vegan.
So, I'm sorry, what are you here for, sir? Is there something I can help you with? Are you lost? Would you like me to direct you to another live stream?
No, I mean, you don't remember me, do you? I caused you to spaz out the other night.
Oh, yeah, you think I remember the name of every single troll?
Yeah, I'm the one that showed you the half-cooked sausages that I was doing.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sure. Breathe. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're going to have our next guest on the live, and I'm certain this is going to be a very respectful person who's going to come up and ask questions.
Harder, Daddy,
Listen to me. very, very, very carefully right now. Every single person on this live stream, listen to me very, very, very carefully. You are all going to put an L in the chat for 67 and Psycho right now. You are going to do that right now. I'm not asking again. Hurry up and get it done. Put an L in the chat for the individuals that think they can come in here and do whatever they want. We need to remind them that this is our live stream, vegans. Vegans, we need to remind them that this is Vegans, we need to remind them that this is our live stream. This is our space. This is our space. Do not let them come in here and push you around, vegans. I know you get bullied in real life, but I am not going to allow it to happen here. Do not fear. I have all of your backs, and I stand in front of you and defend you, your name and your honor and your title. Did anybody clip that? Are you here trying to get clip 67? You want a clip of me screaming in distress and pain and suffering? Does that make you happy? This is what I mean. I'm so calm, I'm so composed, I'm so well-spoken, and then you guys just shift everything. You shift everything. You make a side of me come out that I don't want to see. Just stop. I don't like this side. I want to just be me. Stop taking this away. Just let me be me. Just let me be me. I just want to be me. You know,
Double, triple, whopper, flame grill, taste my
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Please, 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 please leave us alone. I just want to have a discussion about veganism. I just want to have a discussion about veganism. Listen, I am a human being just like you, okay? I am not doing anything wrong. I'm not spreading hate. I'm not spreading negativity. I am simply spreading awareness of animal cruelty and animal abuse. So to everyone on here, get the dog off the screen. To everyone on here who claims to love animals, Ricardo, get off the live right now. To everybody on the live who claims to love animals, you should be thanking me for my service. Because if you love animals and I'm helping the beings that you claim to love, you should be thanking me. You should be appreciating and showing gratitude to me for being a voice for the beings that you claim to love, for defending their right, for defending their honor, for defending their life. I am protecting the beings that you claim you love. You should be thanking me. So stop coming on here and acting like I'm the one doing something wrong and I'm the one promoting something negative. No, I am raising awareness of the harm that you guys are paying for. Yeah? Right, how old are you,
Hitler.
please? What did you just say?
Hitler.
Hello? I can't hear you, sir.
You sound like Hitler.
What? What did you just... Oh my God, I just want to share this conversation. I just want to share this conversation. I don't need you to come in here. I don't need you to criticize me. I don't need you to compare me. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. Raya, I had something to clarify with you, actually.
What did you?
Yeah, the biblical text that you provided, in which it said that certain animals are clean and are not, was actually instructions that were given to people at the time who were living in a desert area. So when they said clean, it wasn't what is allowed and what isn't allowed. It was actually simply what is, as the name suggests, what is suitable to be eaten and what isn't, based on which ones are more likely to carry vermin and diseases and illnesses. So they were instructions to the people at the time on what was safe and not safe to eat, not what is acceptable for the rest of eternity for all humans, based on living in a place where you have access to the other alternatives. These were people.
I don't mean to interrupt. Could you slow it down? It's too damn early in the morning for this.
Oh my god! Did you not hear anything that I just said?
I did, but like some of it, you're talking way too fast.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay, right. Okay. The discussion that we had, where you had mentioned there was a Bible verse that said that certain animals are clean and others are not. Do you recall this conversation? Thank you for the
I sure do.
Yes, so the context around that is not what is acceptable for all humans for the rest of eternity. It was actually instructions and guidelines on which animals are safe to be eaten and which ones are not, based on which ones are more likely to carry illnesses, diseases, infections. So it was giving instructions on that. Cleanliness with regards to body and health, not cleanliness with regards to what is acceptable for the rest of eternity for all human beings. And it was given to people in a desert area at the time, something like that. So it was quite literally for survival, what is safe and what isn't. That is what that Bible quote is actually in reference to. So I just wanted to correct you and say that the one that you mentioned.
I'm very aware of that, but also like when it comes to like pork and stuff, like that's also considered uncleanly, and those are animals that cannot survive in a desert. And that's also in Old Testament and New Testament.
Yeah,
it's pretty much just referring to animals that eat other animals. That's why they're considered uncleanly.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is it doesn't have any relevance with eating animals today. It was literally just guidelines for the people at the time on what was safe and what wasn't safe to eat. So I was saying, you bringing it up in the discussion, it's not actually giving any kind of validation or acceptance of you consuming animals today. It was strictly in the time, based on what was relevant and being done then.
Okay, but my grandpa wanted me to tell you hi.
Hello, Mr. Ray.
He's
Okay, well, tell your granddad I said hi, and I hope he's having a good day. Thank you for coming up, Raya, and I'm glad that you listened to what I had to say, and we had a respectful discussion. That's all that has to happen. You guys can just come up here and be respectful, and we can have a good, positive discussion.
I have a proposition. I have a proposition.
Oh, you don't even know how to spell proposition, buddy. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I'm dyslexic.
Spell it.
I'm dyslexic, man. I'm dyslexic.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Just to clarify, I didn't know that. I do apologize. I'd just like to clarify that I didn't know that. I was just asking him to spell it because, a lot of people can't spell the word. It had absolutely nothing to do with the fact that he has what he claimed he has, because I don't actually know whether he does or doesn't have it. So I just like to specify for commercial and partnership reasons that I had absolutely no idea that he said what he was about to say, and that if I'd known that, I would have obviously been more, sensitive and, sympathetic with regards to my communication, to not make him feel like he was, being, oppressed or criticized for something that he has no help. Because obviously I have a lot of understanding and, respect for mental health issues and things that people are born with, and some of these can be anyway, sorry, what were you saying?
Okay, well I have a proposition. If you do this, I'll leave for the next month.
Sure, okay. Go ahead.
1 cup.
I don't like the sound of that.
Just look it up, please, and now I'll go for a month. I'll be gone.
Look. I don't care what kind of drink they have produced through the non-vegan ingredients that are out there.
It's vegan.
No. The reality is if there is a vegan drink out there, there's no way that it's going to be like unhealthier unless you've just decided to add a bunch of sugar or caffeine or something weird to it like that. The reality is that if it's like a fresh fruit juice of some kind, then it's going to be absolutely fine. So I don't need to inspect the video. I'm certain that whatever drink they have made, which is a representation of vegan drinks, I trust that they have made a very spectacular concoction.
I can send a dancing bear right now if you don't do it. You don't have to show it.
Oh my god! I don't want to look it up. Just respect my boundaries and leave me alone. I'm not going to be adhering to blackmail or threats. I will not be adhering to blackmail or threats.
VK, do not look that
Yes.
up.
What?
Do not look up what he said, okay? I repeat, do not look it up. It's disgusting.
Okay. Is it actually? What?
Yes,
How did they
it's
make
like
the drink? Is it like rotting like coconuts? Is it like mold grown on the fruits or something?
okay, look, if I say what it is, do not get mad at me. I'm telling you the truth, okay?
Wait. Is it dirty?
It's very dirty.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to pollute my mind with that vulgar, disgusting New Age stuff.
Okay, I won't tell you, but please do not look it up. It's gross.
I won't. Thank you so much for coming up here and looking out for me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, anytime, man, anytime.
Thank you so much. Right, guys, let's get some W baby bats in the chat. Let's get some W's in the chat for looking out for me. Let's get some W's in the chat for the informant who came up here and gave us good information. Thank you very much. Right. Guys, stop saying L in the chat. Do not be rude. Right, let's have our next guest on the live, 18 and above, please. Nico, thank you so much for the rose there. I do appreciate that. Right, let's have this person on. We are here to discuss a topic on the screen, so please come up here only on the basis that you would like to discuss a topic on the screen. How old are you, please? Thank you for the heart me there, Jasmine. Two-step, thank you for the rose. Yeah, hello, how old are you, please?
I'm 21.
You're 21, fantastic. And could you please answer the question on the screen?
I'm not religious, and as of the vegan prompt, you might know me from my other account, Chelsea.
Oh, nice. Nice to meet you again, Chelsea, on this account. What can I do for you?
I've made another account so I can base this content more off veganism, because the other one is agency-based.
Okay.
I just wanted to check up and see how you're doing.
I really appreciate that. No, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm looking forward to having some kind discussions and respectful, conversations about veganism as it pertains to religion. And, I'm excited. I hope it goes well.
That is great.
Well, thank you for checking in, Chelsea. I appreciate that, and I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Right, let's get some W Chelseas in the chat, guys. Always nice having you. Guys, I want you to remember that when a vegan comes up here, you are to spam W in the chat. You are to chant.
Nigga.
Right, moving on. Right, what was that person's name, actually? What was that person's name? 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 Anyone who comes up here and uses that word will be immediately blocked. Anyone who comes up here and uses that word will be immediately blocked. We have a zero tolerance policy for any kind of criticism or oppression or insult based on skin color or any kinds of groups or belief systems. We are strictly following TikTok's TOS, and we love TikTok Shop. We love TikTok Shop. Let's get some W TikTok Shops in the chat, guys. Let's get some W TikTok Shops in the chat. Right, let's have our next guest on the live. Let's have this person. Right, how old are you, please?
I'm 19.
You're 19. Nico, thank you so much for the heart me there. Right, go ahead, answer the question, please.
I'm actually here for a different reason. I have like a massive headache, and I was wondering if you could like recommend any supplements that are vegan.
I would say yes. You don't need to take a supplement for a headache, buddy. Your body can literally deal with that itself. And by the way, I just want to clarify, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not giving you medical advice here in any way,
I know,
shape,
I
or
just thought that
I'm just giving you advice
would
based
have
on
the
my
best
own
opinion.
personal experiences and my own experiences. So yeah, just don't take this as medical advice.
I also have another question.
Have you been drinking water today? How much water have you drank?
I've
Get the
drank it
beat
about
off the
like
screen, bro. Just let me help this man. Somebody has come to me for help. I have the ability to help them. Let me help them. Let me share the light that I am. Stop interfering. Stop being negative. Stop laughing. Stop writing KFC. Stop being rude. Sorry, sir. Have you drank water today?
yeah, I've had about 7 cups.
7 cups of water. Okay.
Yeah.
And have you had fresh air today?
Yes.
You've stepped outside into outside your door, and you've had like 30
Yeah, I went
seconds
to
of
walk
fresh
my
oxygen.
dog.
Okay, that's good. And what have you eaten today? Rhea, please.
So I was
Please.
hoping that I could cover you in steak sauce and lick it off, you know?
What the fuck? What did you just say?
I was hoping I could cover you in steak sauce and lick it off your naked body.
I call upon Divine to come onto this live and surround us with white light in this moment of need. Expel the negative beings on this live stream who come here with the sole intent of spreading negativity and causing harm and violence to my community. Surround this live with white light. I cleanse all the negative beings on this live, the succubi, the leeches, the dementors. They shall leave in my voice. I command them to be gone. It is done. It is done. It is done. Right. Let's have our next guest on the live. 18 and above, please. To my community, just know I got you. Don't worry. I can provide both physical and spiritual protection. I am the bridge.
On my way.
Yes, how old are you, please? Yeah, how old are you, please? Hey, you're on the live stream, Shah. You're on live air right now. You're live on air right now, Shah. Shah, you're live on air. Shah! How long have I been here for now? Half an hour, and I've had a single discussion about veganism. How old are you, please?
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, you vegan king.
Hello?
Are you there? Are you there, vegan king?
What is going on, man? My brain.
It's me.
What is going on?
Hey. Is
Hello?
Mr. Vegan King?
Hello?
Hold on.
Can you hear me? Are you a functioning human being? Am I speaking to AI as a robot? Hello?
Hello.
How old are you, please?
Hello.
How old are you, please?
Get you back, Mr. Vegan
How old are you, please?
I'm 18.
Fantastic! Can you stop repeating yourself?
It's called wisdom.
Can you stop repeating yourself?
Can you stop repeating yourself, please?
What are you doing?
It's me, Mr. Vegan
Are
King.
you trying to instill a reaction out of me? Are you trying to look me in front of my community? Stop talking over me!
Mojo Burger, yo, Mojo Burger, you faggot. Mojo Burger, you're such a faggot bitch.
I don't want to get angry. My friend is here. Oh my god, my friend is here. Guys, everyone is... My friend Tony from Look at That Animal Sanctuary is here. This man has been saving hundreds and hundreds of animals every month. You are not going to embarrass me in front of Tony, and I want everyone to put a W in the chat right now. Everyone put a W in the chat, and I want to spam Tony's name. Let's all chant together. Tony. Right, thank you so much for the family there. Right, guys, you're not being disrespectful. I rarely have friends over. I rarely have friends over anymore. Because you guys... I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say what you guys do. But Tony is a good man and you are going to be respectful. Do you understand? And while he is on this live, you will not embarrass me, you will not provoke me, and you will allow me to continue to have a positive, productive relationship with Tony, okay? And no, when I say relationship, I'm obviously not speaking about it in a, a romantic means. I am simply speaking strictly platonic. With regards to our, desire to help animals. Okay, so be respectful.
Back here to the right. I know you.
Right, how old are you?
Oh my gosh.
Can I just have a single guest who actually wants to discuss the topic on the screen? Can I have a single guest who actually wants to discuss the topic on the screen? Please, for the love of veganism, just go up here and discuss the topic on the screen. It's not hard. So why? Why?
I'm sorry.
Why? What did you gain out of wasting my time?
I'm sorry.
Why have you waited here for half an hour to come up and laugh in my face? Why would you wait for half an hour just to come here and laugh in my face, sir?
I'm sorry. I just joined. I'm sorry.
Why?
I'm sorry. Chill out.
I ask that hist guidance may be spread across this live. I ask that all negative beings on this live stream are vanquished immediately. I ask that you shine a light so bright on them that they can no longer feel or see darkness, and that they are brought to our light. The light which respects and cares for all beings, because that is what we are as vegans. We respect and love all beings. So do not come in here and paint us out to be the bad guys. We are not the bad guys. K3X, thank you for the W, Tony.
I don't even like that puppy. Yeah.
Hello, sir. How old are you, please?
6, 7.
Hello, I can't hear you, sir. Can you speak into your phone, please? Hello, sir.
Do you goon to femboys?
Shut. What?
I know you be gooning.
You sound under 18. Okay, I don't understand what you said, but you sound very young, and you are not allowed to be here at that age. What the hell does gooning mean? What the hell is that? I think he meant to say grooming. Hey, how old are you, please?
Sorry.
Yes, I do groom my hair. You know, I obviously have beard oil. I do, I do take care of myself. So yes, I am into, grooming and self-care and that kind of stuff. So I do partake in that activities, such said activities. Right, let's have our next guest on the live. But I just don't really understand what relevance that has to this live stream anyway. You know, what I do with my, you know what, anyway, let's have our next guest on the live. Right, why are people saying Ayo in the chat? I didn't say anything. I literally didn't say anything. Yes, how long are you, please? How long are you? I can't even speak. What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? I would like to sincerely apologize to my community, and I would like to shed some clarity on the words that were just communicated and the true intentions and clarity behind the words that were just spoken. Now, I was looking at the chat and I was going to ask, how long are you guys going to spam AO in the chat for? However, because my brain has the ability to only really hone in focus on one thing at a time, because there was a guest who just came up at the same time, who I was about to ask, how old are you? My brain combined both questions together, and instead of saying, how old are you? And instead of saying, how long are you guys going to keep spamming that in the chat, I accidentally said, how long are you? Okay? So I hope that clarifies the confusion that has just taken place on this live. I hope that clarifies the confusion that has just taken place on the live. So we are not going to mention this again. It never happened. Leave me alone. I do not want to hear another mention of this. I do not want to see a clip of this. Leave me alone. Right.
Okay, so when you say how long somebody is, do you mean millimeters, kilometers?
I just explained what I meant.
Is it inches? Is it kilometers? Meters?
I just explained what I meant when I asked the question. Stop messing about. Guys, leave it or I will leave the live stream. How old are you, please?
I'm 18.
You're not 18, Sha.
Fuck.
You're definitely not 18. Guys, enough. Enough. It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I got two words confused. It can happen to anyone.
I am not here to troll. I am not here to troll. I want to tell you that religion trumps veganism.
Okay. You want to discuss the topic on the screen? Go ahead then. Shut.
I just did. Religion trumps veganism.
Let me explain something.
Okay, go ahead.
No one's telling you to pick veganism over religion. Religion is very valuable to every individual's life, and I'm sure that it adds immense faith and tranquility and guidance in one's life. Veganism is simply an addition to one's religion by also extending their compassion instead of just to their neighbors and their other humans to the other living sentient beings on the planet. Naturally, if you already embody empathy towards humans, all I am asking you to do is now extend your compassion and empathy to animals. That is the next step. That is the next step of leveling up. Instead of just being a speciesist and looking at your own people and loving and protecting your own people, which a lot of you don't even do yet, by the way, so maybe perfect that. We should also extend our, thank you, Jasmine, we should also extend our empathy and compassion to the animals. That is all veganism is. You can be a Christian and be vegan. You can be a Muslim and be vegan. None of our religions tell us that we have to consume the bodies of animals. None of them tell us that we have to. So I think that most of our religions will naturally align more with veganism anyway, because veganism is just about looking after the planet and doing what's best for the animals and causing the least amount of harm. So veganism aligns more well with every single religion on the planet today than carnivorism does or omnivorism does, because most of our religions tell us to have compassion, love, and empathy for every being around us, including animals. So therefore, if we have the ability to not have to pay for unnecessary violence and cruelty and get a diet that gives us all our essential nutrients and is also less damaging to the planet, that aligns more with every single religion on this planet than the opposite of omnivorism does. Does that make sense, Special Officer?
It makes sense, but what I'm trying to say is the facts that people make the choice. More people nowadays in this planet of this earth are going to continue to make said of choice. Okay?
Yes.
So I get what you're trying to do. I get this. I really do. Very strongly, and a lot of people do on here. But at the same time, we revert right back to choice over suffering. So I just don't see how this is going to work.
Special Officer, listen, a vast majority of people will not change, you're correct. But a small amount do. okay? And for me to reach the small amount, I have to speak to the masses to reach the people who are going to make the change, right? So that is why it is my duty to try and reach as many people as possible, because there are select individuals that do hear it, that do go watch Dominion, that do find an alternative, that do start reducing their demand for animal products. And as a result, that results in less suffering for animals. So it's definitely very beneficial, even though I know that 99% of people here are not going to go vegan. I'm aiming for the 1% that are. And they are here. They're definitely here. They just need to see the right video. They just need to hear the right information. They just need to have that moment where they decide to switch over. And it's going to happen when people scroll through social medias, as they develop their empathy, as they extend their compassion to animals, as they see animals suffering, as they develop their empathy to other beings, they will naturally start falling into a more plant-based mindset to begin with, because they're going to want to cause less harm to the innocent animals that are being subjected to hell on earth for our taste buds.
I get what you're saying, I really do, but when we revert back to choice, people are going to choose that because it is so much easier and ethical and correct.
Okay, when you say correct, please explain yourself. What is correct about unnecessarily paying for death and suffering? Why is that correct?
It is correct in the eyes of the human because of how long it's been going on for how many generations, centuries it's been going on for. It's going to be that route that we're going to go for. Yes, you are correct. That a small percentage is going to go vegan because they see it that way because that's their choice.
Yeah, so special officer, just because something's been going on for a very long time does not mean that it's a good thing. You know this, right? Humans have been unaliving, humans have been stealing from each other, humans have been doing horrible things to each other for a very long time. Just because it's been done for a long time doesn't mean that it's okay today, right? So I'm simply saying that anyone who thinks that that's an excuse, I would ask them to question that if something has been done for X period of time, does that justify it being done today? And any intelligent person would answer that question by saying no. So that's what the reality is with any argument against veganism. It always either leads to contradiction or it will lead to absolute absurdity, because there is actually no justification in a first world country where we have the options to pick, non-violent options and peaceful options, to still pick violence and death when we have the opportunity to pick peace and life. And I guarantee you that if you have any doubts, your religion aligns more closer to veganism than it does non-veganism. And I would just ask you to use something called common sense. If you have the option to pick between peace and violence, would your religion tell you to pick peace or violence? It would tell you to pick peace. If you had the option to pick between paying for death or letting something live, your religion would tell you to let something live, especially if you don't need to pay for it to lose its life. You're not in a survival situation. You're not in a forest. You're not in a third world country. We're literally in some of the most privileged places in the world that have the most amount of access to plant-based options. We genuinely have no excuse, and that is why I'm simply trying to let you guys realize that if you actually stopped blocking yourself mentally, stop labeling vegan, stop giving excuses to yourself, you would realize that if you actually aligned yourself with veganism, you would be embracing your religion more. And I think everyone knows here that I think everyone here knows that I'm correct. Because everything that I just said is 100% true. And if somebody disagrees, come up here and tell me how I'm wrong. I'd love to have a discussion.
Okay, well, first, I'm not disagreeing with it, okay? I'm not disagreeing with the facts that you're stating. I'm really not. But what I'm trying to get across in my own words by stating, people are going to choose the path they already know. And then vegans, if they're vegan,
not everyone.
great, stay
Special
vegan.
officer. Special officer, not everyone. That's what I'm saying to you, right? 99% of people won't change, but I'm not aiming for 99% of people. I'm aiming for the people who are meant to hear the message that will make the change, and there are people like that. I think what you're doing is similar to other people. You're using the appeal to futility. It's essentially the idea, but everyone else is doing something, so what difference would it make if I do it? That could be the same mindset that, let's say a violent person has. He's like, every day I go out my house and I see violence, I see people being robbed and beaten up. What's the point? If I be a good person, there's still going to be violence and wrongdoing around me anyway, so I might as well partake in it, because whether I do it or not isn't going to make a difference. The violent and the crime rate is always going to be high here, as it always has been. So you could see how having that kind of mindset would lead to absolute anarchy if people just excused bad behavior based on what people around them deem to be norms, right? So that is why we have to take accountability as individuals and realize that we are only accountable for our own actions, and we can only be accountable for our own actions. So rather than looking at what everyone else is doing, why don't you just listen and realize that what you're doing is unnecessary violence to innocent beings? And if you have the option to pick a peaceful route that gives you all your essential nutrients, that is affordable and accessible, that is your moral obligation as a good person who claims to love animals, or is on a spiritual path, or is a follower of God. That is your obligation to do, is to be the best version of yourself and try and spread the most amount of peace, positivity, and happiness, as opposed to death, violence, and cruelty.
But how do you foresee the facts of following God the right way of being a vegan?
Sorry, say that again.
How can you specify the facts of following God by being vegan?
I'm saying follow whatever your current religion is, however you follow it, but instead of eating animals, just go vegan, because I'm saying that the belief systems behind veganism will align closer to your religion than the belief systems of not being a vegan. For example, vegans don't believe in unnecessary harm to the planet, right? We are not paying towards the leading cause of deforestation, desertification, ocean dead zones, animal extinction, CO2 emissions, habitat destruction, world hunger. When you're vegan, you're literally stopping paying for all of the leading cause of these issues, which literally heals our planet. So number one, as a vegan, you're aligning yourself with the belief that we should care for our planet, we should look after our planet, and we should be aware of the damage we're doing to our planet. That is going to align with every religion, because I don't think there's any religion on this planet that tells you to unnecessarily destroy the planet and pay for its harm when you have the option not to. Number two, every religion tells you to love and respect animals. Yes, some religions tell you that they're here to serve us, but they don't tell you that you have to eat those animals to follow the religion. So if you have the ability to be compassionate, respectful, and loving to animals while also following your religion exactly the way you are now, that will align better with any kind of religion that's currently on this planet today than just unnecessarily paying for violence, blood, and cruelty, right? How can you genuinely, in your mind as a functioning adult, in a religion, think that it's better to follow a path of unnecessary violence and cruelty with your religion as opposed to following a path of peace and tranquility and compassion and awareness with your religion? I'm sure that every single person on here who has even the tiniest inkling knows that what I'm saying is true. It's just if you actually think about it, it's actually just really common sense. If you don't need to pay for violence, don't pay for violence. If you don't need to pay for death, don't pay for death. If you genuinely really sat down and thought about it, it's really that simple. Don't pay for unnecessary violence, don't pay for unnecessary violence, and don't pay for unnecessary death. It's that simple.
I'm pretty sure everyone does partially agree to a simple fact of what you're stating, but again, we go back to the word choice. We're going to choose the way that we've been doing it, even
Yes,
though
John
we
Bucket,
know
I
what's
agree.
going on.
Sorry, I can hear myself, Special Officer. Can you sort that out, please? Yeah, John
What I'm
Bucket
trying to
says, but-
say is that
No. Sorry, Special Officer. It's really distracting, buddy. I can't hear myself while I'm speaking. Jan Bucket says, but if we need to, then do it. Yeah, if you need to for your survival, I'm not gonna tell you not to do that. As I said thousands of times, if you live in a third world country, if you live in India, if you live in Pakistan, if you live in a location in Africa where you have very limited access, or you're in a village where you're hunting for your survival, you're doing it for your life. You're literally doing it to survive, right? That is called eating animals for survival. In the UK, in the US, when you live near supermarkets, when you have plant-based options, when you have internet access, when you have accessibility to these options, it is your moral obligation as a follower of God, as a good person, as an animal lover, as a caring person, to extend your compassion and empathy to all beings. Who told you? Which religion said only have compassion and empathy for humans? There is not a religion on this planet that has stated only show compassion and respect to human beings. Every single religion on this planet talks about love and respect to animals. Let's not even get into Hinduism. Let's not even get into Jainism. Let's not even get into Sikhism. Let's not even get into Buddhism, because those religions tell you that animals are sacred. Those religions tell you how important and loving and respectful we have to be to animals. But get the squirrels off the screen. If we want to talk about the main two religions, Islam and Christianity, they are the only ones that actually say, you have dominion over animals. You can eat animals. The animals are here to serve you, right? So if we want to look outside of the West, the reality is that they all tell you to love animals. They all tell you that animals are sacred. Look at the Egyptian gods. We have the sun god Ra, represented by an eagle, a bird. We have Thoth, the god of wisdom, represented by another bird, right? Look at gods in Hinduism. We have Ganesha represented by an elephant. We have Hanuman represented by a monkey. Buddhism tells us that every soul is sacred, that we are all connected, that we are all one. Jainism tells you to literally watch the footsteps that you're taking to not cause unnecessary harm to the insects on the ground. It is only the main two religions that tell you that animals are here at our disposal. And I just simply ask you to question why. If you don't need to pay for unnecessary harm and violence towards animals, your religion is more aligned with veganism than it is non-veganism. You know it's true. You know it's true. I don't have to sit here and convince anybody, because if anybody thought about it, they know that what I'm saying is true. So no, you don't have to go vegan tomorrow, but it's your obligation when you go to the supermarket, just try buying a new vegan product every week. Just try a vegan alternative. It's really this simple. The moment you find a vegan alternative that you like, just replace it with the meat alternative or the non-vegan alternative, and keep doing that until you can try and reduce your animal consumption as much as possible. That is what veganism is. It's how can we reduce our damage to the planet and animals' lives as much as practicable and as much as possible in our day-to-day lives. Oh, I can buy a shampoo and a shower gel that doesn't get tested on animals? Great. Let me buy that alternative so I'm not putting money into the pockets of people that are unnecessarily abusing and testing animals. They literally put these shampoos in their eyes. Can you imagine little rabbits having shampoo or conditioner poured into their eye to see how the eyeball reacts to these kinds of chemicals? Or rats being injected with different chemicals to see whether they're safe for human consumption. That is what you're paying for when you pay for non-vegan products. That is why I only go for labels that say PETA approved or vegan, because that means they're not testing on animals. We're literally not the villains here. We're literally just saying if you don't need to pay for unnecessary violence towards animals, don't do it. It's that simple. That's literally veganism in a nutshell. Let's cause the least amount of harm to both the planet and animals as much as possible, while also ensuring that we get all our nutrients and we are healthy and we sustain ourselves. How is that a bad thing? How is that a bad thing? Exactly. Moving on. Let's have our next guest on the live. Right, how old are you, please? Right, turn your music off, please. Right, turn your... Can you guys take this live seriously, please? I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah?
I got
right, to wake you guys up. I know that some of you are sleeping right now. Wake up and realize that you are here to learn. Stop messing about. Okay? Stop messing about. Right, Carnage, what can I do for you, please?
I got a great question for you.
You have a question, yeah? Go ahead.
So, in harvesting plants, they do scream out of being stressed.
Okay.
How does that...
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, instead of debating whether that's true or not, let's just say I granted that to you, okay? Pilgrim, stop. For the sake of making this discussion easier, I'm going to grant you that point, okay? Don't take it as I'm agreeing with you, just take it as I'm granting it for the sake of having a good debate. So if we could prove tomorrow that plants do in fact feel pain, would you agree that it's our obligation to try and reduce plant death as much as possible while also ensuring our survival?
Yes, but how are we going to grant our survival without the food?
Exactly. So what we have to look at then is what is essential for our survival and what isn't essential for our survival. What we know from science, nutrition, and data is that we need plants for our survival because there are essential nutrients that are only available in plants that we can't get from animals' bodies. But there are no essential nutrients that are only in animals' bodies that you can't get on a plant-based diet. So therefore, we can conclude that plants are essential for human survival and animals are not essential for human survivals. Of course, unless you are in a forest area in a third world country, then you might need animals for your survival, right? But in the UK and the US, we can absolutely confirm through every leading nutritional and dietetics company that a well-planned plant-based diet is suitable for all stages of life. So what that allows us to realize is that plants are essential, animals are not. right? So if we are looking at the fact that plants are now suddenly been shown scientifically to feel pain, it is our moral obligation to, if we want our human species to continue to exist, that we sustain ourselves and still be healthy while reducing the harm to plants. And the best way to do that has already scientifically been proven to be veganism, because the leading cause of plant death on this planet are the 92 billion land animals that are eating the plants to then be fed to you. It takes a lot less plants to feed 8 billion humans than it takes to feed 92 billion animals. Common sense would tell you that, but if you need evidence, there's a study called Reducing Food's Environmental Impact Through Producers and Consumers. It looked at over 40,000 farms in 119 countries, and it concluded the leading cause of plant death, 83% of the agricultural, farmable land on this planet is used to grow crops for animals or to give animals space to graze, to then be unalived and fed to us. We would only need 25% of the current farmable land to feed the whole world on a plant-based diet. So the reality is the best way to reduce plant death while ensuring that we can sustain ourselves and be healthy is veganism. So even the argument for pro-plant life, the solution to that has already been proven to be veganism. Does that make sense, sir?
Yes, it does. And I got another question that I got out of
Fantastic. I'm glad that it's making sense.
I got another question out of the top of my head all of a sudden. There's countries right now trying to make artificial food, which basically buys up all the farmers' land and basically tells them they're no longer needed for anything, which means no plant food, no meat food, but food by artificial and the meat together. So how are we going to fight that?
You're sorry. Can you repeat that again very quickly? Thank you for the heart.
There's countries out in the world that are trying to make artificial food by AI. But by the companies that are doing that means that the government has to buy up enough land in order to produce that into a giant water bucket to consume water in order to make that, because it's made artificially, which means no plants are used and no meat is used. However, in order to make it, they are basically putting up more or creating less land for plants to grow to give us oxygen.
Yeah, so I'd say if your concern is land space, we know that the leading cause of land usage on the planet, especially the farmable land, we know that 83% of that is used for animal agriculture. So I'd say that if your concern is unnecessary land usage, then you need to stop paying for the leading cause of land, farmable land being occupied, which is to grow crops to feed animals or to give animals space to graze. So by being vegan, you're actually fighting against the leading cause of farmable land being used. You're fighting against the leading cause of trees being chopped down. People don't realize to create the space to grow crops to feed 92 billion land animals, we have to completely clear all of the trees in the area. We have to start putting poisons in the soil like pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, to both repel insects and accelerate the growth of the crops, to accelerate the production of crops to meet the accelerating demand for animals that need those crops to be fed to them so they can then be fed to humans, right? So we realize that veganism solves all of these problems. It solves deforestation, it solves the poisoning of our soil, it solves the huge amount of emissions being given off to the atmosphere, it solves the leading cause of our dead zones in our ocean, which are literally being created at the size of South America on a yearly basis due to the commercial fishing industry. We see all of these things. So veganism will literally heal the planet. It will give us a ton of space back. It'll allow us to give our animals back their natural habitats. It can give indigenous people their own homes back. We'll have an abundance of space. We'll be using less chemicals. The soil will be healing. Trees can start regrowing. The oceans can start being thriving with life again, because we're no longer sticking nets in the bottom to pick up fish and picking up all the other dolphins and whales and sharks. The planet would quite literally heal if we switch to a plant-based diet. And we see that from science. We see that from the data. It's not an opinion. It's not a perspective. We see this in science, and we know this. If we're no longer going into the ocean and sticking nets at the bottom of our ocean bed and scraping up all the coral reefs and the plants and all the other sea animals, if we're no longer going in there to take the fish, the ocean will heal itself. It will rejuvenate energy. The plants will regrow. The animals that consume the plants will then regrow as well. The predators will come back to take those fish, and the ecosystem within the ocean will come back to life again. And vice versa, the less chemicals we use in the soil, it will take over time. It will start having nutrients, the rain, seeds being planted through birds flying around. The soil will rejuvenate itself. So the planet would literally heal if we switch to plant-based diets, guys. You know it's true, right? So again, your religion aligns more closer with somebody who looks after the planet and cares about the planet and doesn't pay for unnecessary harm to the planet than it does with somebody who just disregards any form of care or compassion towards the planet and the destruction that they're doing, especially when it's being done for taste buds. It's being done for taste pleasures. You're literally putting your middle finger up at the planet Earth and saying, F you, Earth. You allowed me to stay on you this whole life. You allowed me to, take your nutrients. You're giving my future generations and family the ability to stay on a planet that's, perfect for human conditions. And for those of you that are religious, you're saying, hey, God, you gave me this earth, but here's my middle finger. I don't value this earth. I'm going to keep paying for its destruction. I'm going to keep paying for your trees to be destroyed. I'm going to keep paying for your soil to be poisoned. I'm going to keep paying for your oceans to be destroyed. Not because I have to, because I want to, because I can. Because I can. That's literally what you're saying. You're saying, God, I can destroy your planet. I have the option not to, but I can, so I'm going to because I can. How rude is that? It's just PLX. I am trying to give a lecture. How unnecessarily rude is that, guys? Just think about it. I'm sure you will agree that if you all sat down and just meditated and thought about it, you would realize that veganism aligns with every single one of your religions more than non-veganism does. Get the chicken off the screen, Mark. You have caused enough damage this week. Yes, Carnage, anything else, buddy?
Yeah, but the artificial food is not made by the meat industry or the vegan industry, so it doesn't really...
What artificial food are you referring to? Can you elaborate? What specific food type? Gaza, please. Thank you, Shufan.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
Are you referring to plant-based meat alternatives? Are you referring to lab-grown meat?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. But it's not only the meat that they are lab growing. It's also with the plants. So
look, Carnage, maybe just go have a look at what it is that you want to ask me and then come back when you're ready to ask the question. I think that will be a better use of both of our times. Right, get the chicken off the screen. There are 70 billion chickens losing their lives every year. Have some respect, guys. Have some respect. You can go and make fun of chickens elsewhere. You will not do it here. Let me tell you something about chickens. They are the most oppressed being on this planet right now. Yeah? Any group or oppression or anyone who thinks that they're under the most oppression, let me tell you, chickens are losing their lives at a rate of 70 billion on a yearly basis. I will ask you to just take 10 seconds to compute the number 70 billion in your mind right now. We have 8 billion humans on the planet right now. We are talking about a population close to 9 times that of the human population. Mark, stop! Imagine every human being on this planet duplicated into 9 additional human beings. That is the equivalent of chickens that we are losing on a yearly basis. And a vast majority of it in the West is completely unnecessary. We don't need to eat chickens in the UK. We don't need to eat chickens in the US. Why can't we leave the chickens alone, guys? Why can't we leave the cows alone? Why can't we leave the pigs alone? Why can't we let the animals get on with their lives, get on with their families, get on with their duties, and just leave them the hell alone? You guys say, hey, vegans, why don't you stay out of our business? Why don't you leave us alone? Why don't you leave the animals alone first? All we are doing as vegans is standing up for the little guy. All we are doing as vegans is being a voice for the voiceless. Unfortunately, animals can't scream loud enough for you guys to care. Animals can't, storm the streets and protest with big signs so that you see what they're trying to complain about. Animals can't sign petitions and hope that the government is going to pay attention and make, policy changes. All they can do is scream as loud as they possibly can, which they do. All they can do is cry as much as they can, which they do. All they can do is shake in fear, as vigorously as they can, which they do, in the hopes that somebody who cares enough will help them. Thankfully, we have people like vegans who do care enough about the animals to sacrifice both our social lives, our appearance to society, our potential taste pleasures, ease of access, convenience. We sacrifice these things because we understand that a sentient being's life is worth more than simple conveniences. Okay? Right, let's have our next guest on the live. Right, to the person telling me to get a job, I'd just like to clarify that people keep seeming to forget that just because I'm not in a prison cell from 9 to 5 does not mean that I don't have other work that I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. You're stuck into this mindset where for somebody to be employed, they have to go to prison cell from 9 to 5 and have their prison guard, open their cage at 5 p.m. or have their prison guard check that they arrived at 9 a.m. That's not the only way to achieve a job and to make a difference on the planet. I'm obviously not going to disclose the things that I do outside, but just I'd like to let you guys know that don't tell me to get a job because you have no idea what I do. You don't know what I do in my personal life. So stop assuming. Stop assuming. Right, let's have our next guest on the live stream.
Hello?
Oh my god, you're under 18, get off the live.
No.
And you know what the reason is, guys? The reason you say those things is because when you realize that everything that I'm saying is true, it means that you no longer have anything to poke fun at because you know I speak the truth. So you then look at my character and you're like, oh wait, even though he's speaking the truth though, can he really say that because he's X, Y, Z, Z, Z? No, guys, the reality is whether you have an opinion on my character or not, it's besides the point. Because veganism isn't about me, it's not about other vegans, it's about the animals. Mark, are you listening, Mark? Are you listening? Veganism is not about whether you like vegans or not. Let me say that a bit louder for the people in the back. Veganism is not about whether you like vegans or not. It's about just being respectful to animals and the planet. That is what veganism is about. Mark, stop. Stop. So to every person that comes up here and goes, oh, I'm against veganism, I don't like veganism, you're basically saying, I don't like protecting animals and looking after the planet. You can say you don't like vegans, that's okay. We don't need to be liked. We just want you to like the animals. We just want you to respect the animals. Okay? That's all we want. We just want you guys to respect the animals. Okay? Fantastic. Let's get a 1 in the chat if you have followed and understood everything that I've said so far and you have been taking notes, please. Let's get a 1 in the chat for everyone who's taking notes. Thank you so much. Can we get... Where are the ones? Yeah. Right, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try this a different way. I have sat here now preaching for well over an hour and 15 minutes, giving you guys a bunch of education, information, studies, resources. And I'm certain that you found this very, very useful. So I would like some feedback. Smiley face below the comments if you have found this very useful and you've learned a lot. And crying face if you've learned nothing and you didn't even listen to what I was saying.